This is Guardian Radio, your station for up-to-the-minute news, intelligent, interactive, and engaging conversation. 96.9 FM. The views and opinions of the hosts and guests are their own and do not necessarily reflect the position of the management and staff of Guardian Network.
BPL fuel charges reach their peak. We're told consumers can expect lower rates moving forward. The cabinet portfolio changes outlined. And police officers under investigation roughing up a teenage boy remain on the job. It's all straight ahead this morning. I'm Dwight Strawn, and this is Morning Blend.
Wake up, it's a new day. Wake up, it's a new day. It's the start of a new way. You know that it's here. It's the start of the end of the old way. Wake up.
Good morning again, Bahamas. It is Thursday, September 14th, 2023. This is Morning Blend on Guardian Radio 96.9. Again, I'm Dwight Strawn. In a moment, Laverne Gardner will be joining us. Also this morning in business, we are talking about UBC Learn, continuing education and lifelong learning, the program for folks seeking to do more with their education after high school. We're going to get into that. That's coming up. But first, it's time for the overnight, the latest breaking news from while you were sleeping on the top national and international headlines this morning. In the overnight, BPL, Bahamas Power and Light, confirming to IRCA in recent discussions that fuel charges have reached their peak and that consumers can expect rates to get lower moving forward. IRCA issuing a statement on this yesterday, saying that BPL has confirmed the fuel charge will decline this month for many consumers and will be reflected in those consumers' electricity bills next month. In October 2022, BPL announced an initiative to increase its fuel charge to reflect the rising cost of fuel and to clear some of the outstanding debt it owed to prior fuel purchases. It stated that this will be done gradually through the use of a glide path strategy. Well, IRCA says that BPL's glide path strategy was designed to slowly increase the fuel change and charge to a peak this summer and then decrease the fuel charge continuously through the end of February next year. According to IRCA, by 2024, March 2024, BPL is expected to again have paid off its outstanding fuel debt, and this means that as of March 2024, bills are expected to only reflect the actual cost of fuel used in supplying customers. IRCA said that over the course of months, it has received an increasing number of complaints from BPL customers about high electricity bills. IRCA noted that part of the remit as regulator for the electricity sector is to ensure consumer protection and support appropriate billing. Over a week after Prime Minister Philip Davis announced a reshuffle of his cabinet and promised a full list of portfolios, that list finally released yesterday. The publication of portfolio allocations shows that Marathon MP Lisa Ramming has been reassigned from Minister of State in the Ministry of Social Services and Urban Development to the Ministry of Housing and Urban Renewal. Ramming will have oversight of urban renewal. Her old ministry is now the Ministry of Social Services, Information and Broadcasting. Nobby Wilshcombe, the West End and Bimini MP, is the Minister of Social Services, Information and Broadcasting, with responsibility for BIS and the Broadcasting Corporation of the Bahamas. Davis announced that Keith Bell, the Carmichael MP, was moved as Minister of Labour and Immigration and is now the Minister of Housing and Urban Renewal. Minister of Energy and Transport Jo Beth Colby Davis, the Elizabeth MP, who was previously Minister of Transport and Housing, now has responsibility for BPL, which was in the portfolio of Fort Charlotte MP Alfred Sears when he was Minister of Works and Utilities. The Water and Sewerage Corporation, also previously in Sears' portfolio. Sears is announced by the Prime Minister last week as the new Minister of Immigration and National Insurance. Miles LaRota, the Pinewood MP, who remains Minister of State in the Office of the Prime Minister, still has oversight of disaster preparedness and emergency management and is now also responsible for Water and Sewerage Corporation, with the Prime Minister being the substantive minister. LaRota also has oversight of other agencies, including Clifton Heritage, Antiquities, Monuments and Museum Corporation, and the Bahamas National Statistical Institute. He previously had oversight over NIB, the National Insurance Board, Bahamas Information Services, and the Broadcasting Corporation. South and Central Luther MP Clay Sweeting, former Minister of Agriculture and Marine Resources and Family Island Affairs, is now Minister of Works and Family Island Affairs. And Sweeting's ministry has two parliamentary secretaries. South Beach MP Bacchus Roll, who was Parliamentary Secretary of the Ministry of Works and Utilities, remains with Ministry of Works and Family Island Affairs. Leonardo Lightburn, the North Andros and Barry Islands MP, who was Parliamentary Secretary in Sweeting's former ministry, is now also Parliamentary Secretary in the Ministry of Works and Family Island Affairs. He will have oversight over local government and the Bahamas Public Parks and Public Beaches Authority. And the police officers under investigation for roughing up a teenage boy in an incident that was seen by thousands on social media remain on the job. That's according to Police Commissioner Clayton Fernander. Fernander is saying that the officers are not on leave, or that main officer is not on leave, as the investigation continues. He says the matter is under investigation and that he's instructed the Deputy Commissioner, Limon Delaveau, to move through swiftly and let the chips fall where they will. And a man allegedly calling a police station and saying that Prime Minister Philip Davis would be killed if Coalition of Independence leader Lincoln Bain wasn't released from custody. Constable 4508 Drexel Maycock making the revelation while testifying at the threats of death case of Isaac Roberts. Maycock said that he was on duty at the Central Police Station when he answered the phone around 8:20 a.m. on February 8th. After identifying himself, Maycock said an unidentified man asked if Lincoln Bain was still in custody. The man hung up the phone when Maycock asked who was calling, but about 3 to 5 minutes later, Maycock said that the phone rang again. He said that when he answered, the same man said, quote, "If you don't release Lincoln Bain, Brave will be dead." Maycock said he told his superiors about the call and police control room was contacted. Sergeant Cordero Farrington asked in the testimony yesterday if he took the threat seriously. Maycock said that he did. In cross-examination by Bjorn Ferguson, Maycock agreed that he wasn't threatened. Inspector Demetrius Taylor, a detective at the Criminal Investigation Department, said the identity of the suspect was determined with the assistance of technicians from Alive and BTC. He said Roberts was arrested at 2 p.m. and interviewed around 5 p.m. until the Roberts admitted to calling the Central Police Station twice. According to evidence in the first call, Roberts said he asked if Lincoln Bain was still in custody. You can read more about it in today's Guardian, Nassau Guardian. Overseas, the wall of water several stories high smashed into apartment buildings, drowning entire families in minutes in Libya. One man lost at least 13 members of extended family. And telling the Associated Press that he is yet to hear about the fate of another 20, several days after two dams burst above the Libyan coastal city of Derna, unleashing epic floods that wiped out neighborhoods and washed some of the dead into the sea. Thousands of others are frantically trying to find out who survived the rain-swollen rampage. As a powerful storm bore down on the area, the country's capital, Tripoli, family and friends struggling to find out what happened to their relatives as well. Torrential rains from the Mediterranean storm called Daniel that gushed down steep mountainsides and into the city killed thousands. Those who survived recount nightmarish scenes with bodies piling up quicker than authorities can count them. And the operator of a luxury cruise ship that ran aground in Greenland with 206 people on board, saying today that at least 3 passengers have contracted COVID-19. The announcement following a third attempt to free the cruise liner after fisheries research vessel attempted to pull the ship free at high tide yesterday. Australian newspaper The Sydney Morning Herald quoted a retiree from Australia, Stephen Fraser, who's on the ship, saying that everyone's in good spirits, but that they are a bit frustrated. He told the newspaper that he himself has come down with COVID on the ship. The cruise ship ran aground above the Arctic Circle on Monday, which is in the northeastern Greenland National Park, the world's northernmost national park. The park is nearly the size of France and Spain combined, and approximately 80% is permanently covered by an ice sheet. The area sits about 149 miles away from the closest settlement, which itself is nearly 870 miles from the country's capital. In sports, the track and field community throwing its support behind Dramico Archer in hopes of having some representation on the new board of the Bahamas Olympic Committee. The election of officers is set for this Saturday at 7 p.m. inside the Paul Farquharson building at the Royal Bahamas Police Force headquarters. For the first time in the Olympic movement in the country, athletics didn't have a representative on the board of the last administration, primarily because 4 from athletics vied for the same position at the same election. And after post-mortem was determined that they split the vote. This time, Archer, the president of the B3As, will be the only candidate in any of the positions from athletics. You can read more about this in today's Guardian Sports section. And from the NFL, the NFL Players Union renewing calls for grass fields after Aaron Rodgers' injury. Skin scraped down to bloody patches, sore bodies, stinging in post-game showers, aching shoulders, and more. These are what players say they experienced when playing on artificial turf. Add in season-ending injuries like Aaron Rodgers tearing his left Achilles tendon in his debut for the New York Jets on Monday night, and Buffalo pass rusher Von Miller tearing his ACL, an incident that he blames on artificial turf. The players say they prefer playing on natural grass. It's why the NFL Players Association called on the league Wednesday to switch all fields to grass, and what Executive Director Lloyd Howell says is the easiest decision the NFL can make, saying it's a matter of career preservation. The Players Union repeated its call for grass less than 48 hours after Rodgers' injury. Howell says players know the change could cost money, but argue that the bigger cost is losing the NFL's best players to unnecessary injuries. That's sports, and that's the overnight. Time for your first look at weather. Your first look at weather brought to you by Nescafe Coffee. We've got a weak high-pressure system that remains across the country, while Hurricane Lee extends a shallow trough through the southeastern islands. The hazardous boating and beaching conditions will continue throughout the country, especially along Atlantic exposures, as large sea swells, dangerous surf, and rip currents will continue. Beachgoers are also asked to stay out of the water, and residents are advised to exercise extreme caution while along coastal roads, along seawalls, and especially the Glass Window Bridge in Eleuthera and the Fishing Hole Road in Grand Bahama. We're expecting, again, overtopping waves, debris, and saltwater intrusion. And we're looking at another very hot day today, and everybody's being asked to remain hydrated and avoid prolonged sun exposure. For today, for all areas, your forecast calling for partly sunny and warm conditions, or hot actually, with isolated showers and thunderstorms, mainly over open waters, becoming fair and warm with passing showers tonight. Small craft operators again being advised to remain in port. Winds north to northwest at 10 to 15 knots with higher gusts, falling 10 knots or less tonight. Seas 4 to 6 feet near shore, building to 8 to 12 feet in the northwest Bahamas, 7 to 10 feet in the central and southeastern islands along all Atlantic exposures. 82 degrees right now in Nassau. We're looking at highs getting to around 91 Fahrenheit, 33 Celsius, but that heat index will make it feel a whole lot hotter. We've got overnight lows getting down to about 81 Fahrenheit, 27 Celsius. That's your first look at weather this morning. We'll have your extended outlook and a look at the tropics coming up after traffic in just a bit. Your first look at weather brought to you by Nescafe Coffee. Elevate your coffee experience with Nescafe Gold. You're listening to Morning Blend. When we come back, we'll be discussing the day's top stories right here on your home for fresh news and smart talk all day. Guardian Radio 96.9.
Too many debt bills? Overdue on loan payments? Improve your credit score and credit report with the Bahamas Credit Bureau. Shrink your debt payments with a debt consolidation loan and built-in savings that pays you 5% interest. Call 823-4374.
Wherever you're headed, the Custom Computers Know-How team is standing by to help guide you in the East and the West. We now have 2 convenient locations on Patton Street in Palmdale and our newest store in the Caves Village Shopping Plaza through the Blake Road entrance. Discover the latest products by top international brands and the knowledge you need to unleash tomorrow's technology today. Drop by Custom Computers out east or out west. We're open Saturdays from 10 till 4.
Don't spend hours sending individual messages to your customers. Use SMS messaging instead. With Cable Bahamas Business Solutions SMS messaging, you can send personalized messages to hundreds or even thousands of recipients instantly. It's quick, effortless, and cost-effective. Plus, it ensures that your messages are delivered directly to your customers' cellular phones, guaranteeing higher engagement. Save time and boost your outreach with SMS bulk messaging. Call Cable Bahamas Business Solutions at 601-8911 in Nassau or 602-8811 in the Family Islands.
At Wendy's, we are different. We don't just use beef. It's fresh, never frozen. Our burgers are square because we never cut corners. Served hot off the grill with fresh lettuce, tomatoes, onions, and American cheese. We believe in fast food done right. Always serving fresh, never frozen beef. Order a hot, juicy Dave single, double, or triple. Made with fresh, never frozen beef. Now only at Wendy's. Different inside and out.
Tired of banks forcing you to use technology to bank the way they want you to? Your convenience is important. So no matter what your banking needs, Commonwealth Bank's friendly staff are always available in branch for that personal one-on-one service. But when you choose technology, our online and mobile banking app offers you state-of-the-art functionality. The choice is yours. Commonwealth Bank. Bank the way you want.
This is Guardian Radio 96.9 FM. Fresh news, smart talk, all day.
Wake up, it's a new day. Wake up, it's a new day. It's the start of a new way. You know that it's here. It's the start of the end of the old way. Revolution. Wake up, it's a new day. Wake up, it's a new day.
We are back with Morning Blend on Guardian Radio 96.9. Dwight Strong along with Laverne Gardner. Laverne, good morning.
Morning, Dwight. How are you?
Doing well. Great to have you with us.
Good to be here.
And I hope you're listening to us on 96.9 FM or GuardianTalkRadio.com or the Guardian Radio app for smart devices. Also on your televisions on Cable Bahamas Channel 969 and BTC Flow Channel 612. You can tweet us, Facebook us, text us, again, 422-4796 on the Guardian Radio text line powered by BTC. All right, coming up this morning in Morning Blend Business, we're going to be talking with the University of the Bahamas about their C-Learn. I hope that's how they say it. But it's Continuing Education and Lifelong Learning, the program they have for folks who want to develop themselves after school. You're a little bit older and you have some interest. We'll get into all of that this morning, what you need to know to help advance your career. That's coming up. But right now, let's get into what else is in the news. And in the news, big headline in the NASA Guardian, BLP fuel charges reach their peak and should begin to slowly trickle down with your bills beginning next month. We're going to get into that in just a bit. There's also word on what people have been talking about the last few days, that viral video with the police and the student, and what the police commissioner is saying about that. Our Jared Higgs writing about it. The police officers under investigation for roughing up a teenage boy in that incident that was seen by thousands on social media remain on the job. That's according to Police Commissioner Clayton Fernander, who says that the main officer, is not on leave. Based on the investigation, a decision will be made, though. And based on that, that's when they'll be, that will determine what happens. He says, quote, "That matter is under active investigation. I've instructed my Deputy Commissioner, Leomon Delvo, that I want that matter to move through swiftly, and where the chips fall, they will fall." And, of course, remember the video last weekend showing a 15-year-old CV Bethel student being struck by police with a wand and roughed up. Went viral over the weekend. Many accusing the officer of police brutality. The video shows an officer on a golf cart telling the student to get on the bus and go home. When the student told the officer that he just arrived and was going to get something to eat, the officer reacted by jumping out of the golf cart, hitting the teen with his wand in his back, and shoving him while asking, quote, "Who are you talking to like that?" And then asking the kid if he's stupid. The officer and another officer with him grabbed the teen and pushed him against the golf cart. According to the teen, he and his 10-year-old sister, 10 years old, were taken to the police station at the Mall at Marathon, where he was taunted further, apparently, and threatened they've since sought legal advice. So we will see. We'll see. How long will this investigation last? Hopefully it doesn't last as long as immigration investigations, which seem to go on for half a year, if not more, right? And we wonder now with the new minister if this is ever going to be concluded. But hey. So, what do you think? Should he have been placed on leave? Or is it fine?
I mean, in pending investigation?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
I guess from a public's perspective, that would have been more acceptable. But I honestly, I don't know. My concern is a thorough and proper investigation.
Yeah.
And that's really what my concern is. Him being on leave or not being on leave. Because here's the thing. If you put him on leave now, is he going to be on leave with pay or without pay?
Right.
Because if he's on leave with pay, it's just like vacation.
Right. Might as well.
I'm being honest.
No, you're right. You might as well go to work.
Right. If you send him home but you still pay him, he's just on a vacation. So, but my biggest concern again is in both these incidents is what is happening, what's going on, between the police and the public, between the police and these children. The interaction, this is now the foundation. These videos help to create that foundation where there is discord between the police and the general public.
Yes.
And everybody has a phone and everybody is recording. And so I want to know why this kind of seemingly, because we're only going based on the video, why would you have such a seemingly harsh reaction to someone saying that, okay, I'm going to go and get something to eat. I just want to go get something to eat. Like, why would that trigger such a reaction?
Well, I'm sure many will tell you they've seen and heard worse. But yes, indeed, this is over the top.
Right.
The top. Well, somebody's texting in and saying, wasn't there stabbing in that general area just this week with students? Is there an issue with loitering kids? Yeah, well, there will always be, right? They have to walk home, many. They have to catch the bus. As we talked about earlier in the week, some of the schools some of them aren't set up where a bus could stop in front of the school and pick everybody up. They may have to walk a little bit of the way. Yeah.
Right. And there may be an issue with students loitering. I'm just trying to figure out in my mind, even if that is an issue and you say, we don't want you standing here. And the response is, well, I was just going to get something to eat. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Right. That doesn't mean you need to get hit across the head. Right. Absolutely.
Can you just not say, if that's all that took place, again, I'm only speaking to what we saw. If that's all that took place, can you not just say, if you're going to get something to eat, go now?
Let's hear what you have to say about it, folks. Give us a call, 323-6232, 325-4316, 325-4259. Call us toll-free, 242-300-5720. Tweet us, Facebook us, text us, 422-4796. All right, let's take these calls, and then we'll get your text messages. Good morning, caller, on the air.
Good morning, Dwayne Laverne.
Hi, good morning.
I'm sure these type of incidents happen all the time. It's just that in the age of social media, it was caught on tape, so, it looks bad. And it is, but children loiter all the time, and I'm sure the police have a problem with children loitering, and businesses and persons want the police to do something about it. And it may seem like, he says he's getting something to eat. But I'm sure they've heard that same thing 1,000 times. So I'm just getting something to eat. I'm waiting on my friend, I'm waiting on my sister, I'm waiting on the bus. Like, that's what loitering kids do. They have excuses and reasons. Now, he might have been telling the truth. And I'm not defending the officer, but when you hear the same thing over and over from kids, you just tend to, I guess, lump all of them in the same, in the same bunch. And it becomes frustrating.
Okay.
And
you know what you should do after that? Go to a gym and punch a punching bag or something. But don't hit the person who tells you that.
No, that's what I'm saying. I'm not saying what the officer was right. I'm just giving an explanation as to why it can happen. And I'm sure it does happen.
Mm-hmm.
It's just this one happens to be caught on tape.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. Thank you very much. Appreciate it.
I'm sure that may be a part of it. But again, like you say, even in your frustration, you are called to a higher conduct, right?
Mm-hmm.
In your position. You are called to conduct yourself in a particular way. And so even if you've heard that 1,000 times, and it's frustrating, I'm still saying, why not say, if you're going to get something to eat, go and get something to eat. You do not need to stand here. Go wherever it is that you're going. Let me see you walk, leave this area right now and go. And apparently with his sister, you all go to wherever this establishment is that you're going to eat, because we do not want anyone in this area.
Yeah. Let's take another
You
call.
can't say that.
You can. Good morning. You're on the air.
Yes, good morning, Dwight, and good morning, Laverne. I hope you're having a great...
Good morning.
Dwight, my question is, this matter is now, I understand, being taken to court. If the officers...
Well, they've hired a lawyer.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they've hired a lawyer. And if they settle or whatever it is, if it goes to court and the officer is found guilty, who pays for that?
The same people who help to pay
At the end of the day, we will be paying for that, hey?
Okay. Uh-huh. What? And
so if the officers, if they know that they would have to pay restitution, maybe they would act differently. The other day when the guy was awarded that $40,000 for his missing teeth and whatnot, of the public's purse, right?
Mm.
So if these officers were made to be aware that, listen, if you do something wrong, that the penalty will be on you, maybe they would act differently.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Well, again, we need to have the same policy for cabinet ministers and MPs too. Yeah, I like it. That would change a lot of things. Good morning, caller. You're on the air.
Good morning, Mr. Strong. Good morning, sound like Laverne.
Yes.
Yeah, the last caller, he made some interesting points. This is why the collective perspective is so important. We can all learn. So, two things that stood out for me was they were wearing body cams and engaging in the public. And so, like I said, this would have either mitigated for them or for show the truth then. That's what I'm saying. It would have been documented. The fact that their body cams versus somebody else recording them, it plays better for both parties, for them, the party that they encounter. And so what stood out for me was, being that I've had many encounters, and I know the belligerence, the arrogance, and the obnoxiousness of many officers, and then the indifference of some. Some are just nice and different and humane, right? So I was glad that the media, and I'd like to thank God for that, Dwight, for interviewing the young man. You understand what I'm saying, Dwight?
Mm-hmm.
Because then in interviewing the young man, you get to hear the human story, his perspective. And so what was hurtful for me and really aggravating is to see that this type of behavior is still going on. And so when he said that he was in the station and he was bombarded and whatever, harassed by other officers and whatever, you never know what they're telling people, but that shouldn't be, Dwight. This is a young guy. They're not all of them are innocent. But in any which event, a degree of professional behavior is still expected, especially while it's in the station. And so this is still going on. And so me being at the age that I am, I'm saying that all of these young people are growing up in these schools in this gang-type culture environment. So they have this type of arrogance, especially when you can hear them on the street saying the given reasons as to why they want to join the force. You understand? So this is nothing new. So it's just saying that the officer's job is so important to the public. maybe they should do more psychiatric or psychological evaluation before they put some of these goons on the force, because they're really stuperized by power and whatever the likes. And then there's no repercussions of anything. So it's just going to be a conversation here and there until the end of till eternity, right? Bless them.
All right, thank you very much.
I like that.
Well, some of the words, I
that's
don't know.
psychological. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about, that part of it. Like a thorough psychological evaluation.
I was trying to figure out if he said that the police had body cams. I don't think this was body cam footage.
No, I think he was saying if they had.
Oh, but then we still wouldn't necessarily see it.
But yeah, because,
right?
they won't, that doesn't mean they would release it to the public.
No, definitely.
We have a problem with transparency.
Boy. Let's take some more calls. Good morning, you're on the air.
Good morning, Dwight. Good morning, Ms. Gatton.
Hi.
Morning.
Dwight, is the Commissioner of Police tone deaf to how the public use the police in general? His comments was very flippant, and it makes me think that Christian Atlanta should go after those officers personally, along with suing the government and the police force for their actions, because if he is going to just disregard anything the public says about that so-called game the officers are playing and how many people they could arrest for points, then it could be those officers who just try to get the points, eh? So I would say go after the officers personally, and let's see whether this changes or not. I like those.
Okay, all right. Thanks a lot. All right, so that comment's coming from something the commissioner apparently said. So the headline in the Tribune is, Police Chief Arrests Do Earn Cops Prizes. Even a dog gets a reward. This is what the commissioner said against the police dogs. On the incentive scheme.
The points thing.
Police Commissioner Clayton Fernander defended the police force's new arrest. Oh, it's new. It's new. So what? Anyway, new arrest incentive system, which critics believe could lead to overly aggressive policing. A recently leaked Royal Bahamas Police Force document said the system is an attempt to foster teamwork, boost morale, and recognize outstanding performance. The system would award points to teams based on the number of arrests made for major or minor offenses. The teams would also gain points for activities that include stopping and searching people. Wow, okay. And issuing tickets. The team with the least number of sick reports would be awarded points. Points would also be awarded for protecting government property. National Security Minister Wayne Monroe had previously dismissed the competition as fake news, but Commissioner Fernander confirmed and defended its existence yesterday. He said, quote, even a dog, if he does something good, the handler awards him, he said. Okay, so maybe not necessarily, please. Well, that's a weird example. Oh boy, that's giving me a headache already. Okay, just in general, though. Anyway, quote, let me tell you a story. Just last week during an operation, our canine unit, the handler took him into some deep bushes where we suspected there were drugs and firearms. The canines were able to recover a lot of drugs in that area. And you know what the handler did to reward him? He lifted the dog up and put him on his shoulders and brought him out of the front to the front area. I thought that was so profound. What? I thought it was an excellent initiative by the handler. When I first saw the photo, I thought the dog was injured, but that's what he did for his reward. Can I go back to bed? What is this? What is that?
Sorry.
What?
You know what, Dwight? I really wished you would just stop at the point and you would not share that story.
So
but
are they going
lest we get lost in that story, why should we now? Do we need to all be concerned here?
No, this changes everything. Okay, hold on.
Okay.
Wait, what?
I'm trying to ignore that story.
So is the So are they going to lift the others up if they arrest somebody who was trying to flee a scene? Let's all lift him up over it. Okay. Anyway, Commissioner Fernandez said police are investigating the leak of that internal memo. That's a bad leak because that is not flattering. He said, quote, this is an in-house friendly competition. What? When other people's lives are going to be impacted. Okay. An in-house friendly competition.
I think we all need to be concerned, right? I'm concerned.
I've seen this in a movie about the future where the creatures were like playing games with the humans. That's what it feels like. He said, it is not uncommon throughout the world in forces where we honor officers for good work. The competition will initially last 3 months. A special award will be given to officers on the winning team, though the nature of the award was not disclosed. Bear genetics, bear genes in you. I advise you to hibernate, folks, for 3 months because this could be dangerous. This could be very, very serious. Oh, good Lord.
I have no problem with recognizing officers for doing great by-the-book police work, going above and beyond. You have some wonderful officers. But this is now what you are doing. You are having a point system. This, in some instances, is going to impact the interaction between police officers and the public.
Oui. I think everybody needs to go back to work remotely and call for people to deliver your groceries. This is scary. Oh, good Lord. It's like a Hunger Games type thing. This one, oh boy. Oh, man. Okay.
Suppose I encounter you and your team is behind and y'all need 1 point or 2 more points.
Well, yes. Good luck to you. Wow. Are they sure that was the commissioner they spoke to? Maybe it was somebody, an impersonator.
No. It was the commissioner.
That can't be right.
That's very alarming. And we should all be concerned.
Oh, boy. Let's take some calls. Good morning, caller. You're on the air.
Caller, this is Noise along with you, Dwayne.
Hi.
Tell me something. You need justice, law, and order in this country.
Yes.
But what I want to ask you, right? Lincoln Bain. What do you lock up for and how long he been locked up?
No. That's a court case on something that happened months ago. That he's not locked up.
Oh, okay.
That was a court.
Let me say something else, right?
Mm-hmm.
I had two trained German Shepherd, right? They were ready, right? But my point is, when you talked about the guy lifting up the dog to bring him from in the bush, right? The thing is, the dog might have, because of their instinct, they might have the dog might have found it when the bush to find the drugs and stuff, right? But probably the dog couldn't find his way out. The gentleman didn't know how to talk to the dog in order for the dog to find his way out the way they went in there.
No, not according to what the commissioner was saying. So that's not what he said. It was a reward. I guess dogs like it. Perhaps. I thought he was going to say something like the dog just wanted to get a reward and planted the drugs. But no, okay. That's where I thought he was going. But okay. What's wrong with me? Yes. Good morning, caller. You're on the air. Are you there? Good morning. No, good morning. Okay. Let's get to some messages, then we'll take a break. This person says here, the police chief said that the point system for police is true, but Monroe said it was false. I'm confused. My issue with the point system is the minister denied it and called it fake news. Then the commissioner says it's true only after it was leaked to the public. How can we trust anything they say? This one says here, as a general rule, if the allegations are serious enough, of course the person being investigated should be placed on leave. The purpose is you cannot wait months to find out if someone is a bad actor, allowing them to continue their bad behavior unabated. Yeah. This one says here, the same thing those officers were at the mall were trying to prevent. It happened yesterday. A student was stabbed at the same bus stop. don't know exact same, but around that area, yes. So should the police just stand aside and let them juke each other up? Now, you know better than that. Come on now. No one's saying
ridiculous,
that.
And
Yeah.
I don't think anybody is saying that. You're just saying that your initial interaction with the public, it means something.
Yeah.
Because when you see stuff like that, it already creates a negative feeling between the police and the general public. And then when the police needs the public's assistance and they say, we're all in this together, we need your assistance, sometimes it's because you see these things or you have these types of interactions with police that there is such a discord or a disconnect. So no, we're not saying for the police to stand around. Yes, we understand that this may be an issue and but do we have to handle it that way?
Yeah, exactly.
And again, we're only going by what we've seen, right?
Yeah.
What the student is saying. But if this is true, does the officer's initial interaction with have to be so aggressive?
This text here, clearly this is meant for a different number, but, why not? Why not read it, Laverne? The text says,
oh my goodness.
What? This is not for us. But, Mom, I need some money. Wait, I don't know if Mom's going to get your message today. This person says, I wonder why that was recorded. Did something happen beforehand to cause someone to start recording? Yeah, that's an interesting question. They picked it up right at the exact moment, right? I wondered the same thing. This person says the stabbing happened the very next day, or I'm certain the mother of that child would prefer if an officer had tapped up the stabbing victim and sent him home. Please, you all need to stop. How about none of it? What about that? No tapping up, no stabbing, no nothing. How about that? Those are the only extremes, the only options we have in the country today?
Yeah.
To get beat by the police or to get stabbed? Wow.
Apparently, we go from one extreme to the next. That's it. There's no middle ground.
This person says, we're wrong this time, but everyone is giving these bunch of little devils a pass, especially when we could see the numerous number of them in ankle bracelets as soon as they leave school. Okay.
Are we giving them a pass, or are we talking about this particular situation?
I don't know. And what does the texter suggest?
Is getting lost in translation.
What does the texter suggest? Just daily beatings by the police so everyone can get in line and not resort to crime? Is that what you'd like? They go around to all the schools and it's your time. Yeah? Okay. This one says here, the police officers are straight bullies and I can't stand them. Commissioner, oh boy, okay. It gets worse from that. If you encounter the team that is down 1 point, Laverne, you will hear the famous words, you lock up. And I think, don't forget, you stupidity. That's always there. That's always there.
This is why I'm saying I'm so concerned. This may be good for their morale, but it is not.
Bottom line, we will finally see officers doing their job. The job that they're already paid for. Then it's back to the same old slackness, I guess, after the 3 months. Yikes. Okay. This one says here, tell those officers or immigration officers to beat up the Haitian barbers but leave our Bahamian citizens alone. Now, you can't be serious, right? Wow. Seriously?
Why did you read that?
I really was not focused. Wow. The same person says, must be the new point system. They must get 100 points to rough up a schoolboy. Where is the Human Rights Bahamas group when you need them? If you've been the person texting that all the time, please form a group. I don't know what you waited on that group before. Form a group. This person says here, you made my day with the rubbish the police commissioner said. Very scary. No wonder why they're out there doing stuff I'm editing in the day, riding up and down like they're going crazy. And if you ask them why you stopped me, officer, like they wanted to eat your head off. Yeah, don't do that. This person says, if you don't see rewarding people for doing their job is a disguise for solidifying us as a police state, then you are obviously oblivious. Next stop is incentives for people in prison. Even the Minister of National Security already discussed privatizing prisons. Y'all slept on those BPL bills. Don't sleep on this move. Boy. Welcome to the life of the average ghetto citizen. They don't have to be on a point system to terrorize us daily. Yikes. And this texter says, this point system with the police force is nonsense. Maybe this can be effective for MPs and teachers. What do you mean? How would that work? Do you get it, Laverne?
No, I don't.
All right, we're going to take one more call, and then we're going to go to the break. Good morning, caller. You're on the air. Hi, good morning. Yes, good morning. Okay. Nope. All right, let's go to the break. We'll pick this up on the other side. A whole lot more to talk about, including BPL and more. This is Morning Blend on Guardian Radio 96.9.
I dance around this empty house, tear us down, throw you out, screaming down the hall, spinning all around, and now we fall. Pictures framing up the past, your taunting smirk behind the glass. This museum full of ash, once a tickle, now a rash. This used to be a fun house, but now it's full of evil clowns. It's time to start the countdown. I'm gonna burn it down, down, down. I'm gonna burn it down. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4.
This is Guardian Radio 96.9 Bahamas.
I'm Rita Foley with an AP News Minute. The weather is still causing problems for millions of Americans. Parts of New England still wrestling with the effects of recent torrential rain and flooding. Now they're expecting to feel the effects of Hurricane Lee later this week. Michael Brennan with the National Hurricane Center on the strength of this storm.
Tropical storm force winds more than 250 miles away from the center of the storm. So as Lee moves northward over the next couple of days, it's going to pass well west of Bermuda, still expected to bring tropical storm conditions to that island on Thursday and Thursday night.
Michael Brennan at the National Hurricane Center. The head of the United Auto Workers Union says offers from Detroit automakers are not enough. He says the union is ready to go on strike if they don't have an agreement by midnight. A nationwide power outage in Nigeria today. The country's electrical grid collapsed due to technical failures. That's according to the nation's electricity distribution companies. I'm Rita Foley.
Time for your first good traffic for the morning, brought to you by RBC. Start your mortgage journey with RBC today. In your real-time traffic, we are, as usual, seeing heavy traffic on Milo Butler Highway from well south of Fire Trail Road and the roundabout there up to the Tawny Williams Darling Highway roundabout. That's the northbound lanes there. Traffic back to along Fire Trail eastbound to the roundabout as well. Over on Glaston Road, getting busy for you just north of Fire Trail, straight up to JFK Drive in the northbound lanes. JFK Drive looking busy for you between the roundabouts at Glaston Road and Tawny Williams Darling Highway and Prospect Ridge. So both directions you'll find that heavy traffic. And even west of that area along Lake Cunningham eastbound to the roundabout with Gladstone Road and Bahamar Boulevard. You're going to see some traffic there. Building traffic on Carmichael Road westbound to Coral Harbor Road. Then we've got east from San Souci straight up to Johnson Road. Burner Road also busy for you, especially near the schools in the area. And then we've got at the major intersections along Prince Charles Drive, including Foxhill Road and straight from Elizabeth Estates to there. And then Beatrice Avenue. And as usual, up to Soldier Road, between Soldier and Old Trail on Robinson westbound traffic there. Blue Hill Road also looking busy for you near Carmichael and just north of Soldier Road on the way to Independence Drive. Those are your hotspots right now. We'll have another update for you after the 8 o'clock news. Morning Blend traffic brought to you by RBC. Visit rbc.com/take 60 seconds to connect with RBC today. And time for another check of your weather for today, brought to you by Easy Car Sales. We've got weak high pressure that remains across the country while Hurricane Lee extends a shallow trough through the southeastern islands. A number of warnings. Hazardous boating and beaching conditions expected to continue for the remainder of the week as a result of Hurricane Lee, which is now much further away but still causing issues here. So large sea swells, dangerous surf, and rip currents continue in the wake of Lee. Beachgoers are being asked to refrain from entering the waters, and residents are advised to exercise extreme caution while along coastal roads, along seawalls, and the Glass Window Bridge in Eleuthera, and Fishing Hole Road on Grand Bahama. We're expecting overtopping waves, debris, and saltwater intrusion. For today, forecast for all areas, partly sunny and hot with isolated showers and thunderstorms, mainly over open waters, becoming fair and warm with passing showers today. Small craft operators advised to remain in port. We're expecting another very hot day. Everyone's being advised to remain hydrated and avoid prolonged sun exposure. Temperatures getting up to around 91 Fahrenheit, 33 Celsius, but it's going to feel a whole lot hotter than that. And overnight lows tonight getting down to about 81 Fahrenheit, 27 Celsius. In your extended outlook, the high-pressure system will strengthen across the islands and the sea swells will slowly begin to subside as Hurricane Lee begins to move further into the north of the North Atlantic Ocean. So for tomorrow, Friday, partly mostly sunny and hot with isolated showers and thunderstorms. Saturday, variably cloudy and hot with isolated showers and thunderstorms. That's your morning blend weather check. We'll have a deeper look at the tropics coming up in our weather check after the 8 o'clock news. But this weather check brought to you by Easy Car Sales. Easy Car Sales and Alive Business are bringing you the ultimate business makeover. Sign up for the Business in a Box and get your chance to win $90,000 in prizes and a brand new all-electric Jack SUV. Business is better with Easy Car Sales and Alive. Call 601-8911 or visit easy242.com for more information.
Whether you're looking for your first or new home or even using your existing home as equity, RBC understands that your journey to home ownership is unique and your mortgage financing should reflect that. That is why at RBC we have dedicated mortgage and helpful solutions to make your dream home a reality. Best of all, the RBC mortgage team is mobile, flexible, and will meet you almost anywhere. Visit rbc.com/take 60 seconds to connect with an RBC mortgage specialist.
There's a new electric vehicle in town, the Jack brand of SUVs, trucks, sedans, and commercial vans, available only at Easy Car Sales, home of the fully electric vehicle. For a powerful, smooth ride at a fraction of the cost to drive, leave the pump behind and hit the road with Jack. Visit easy242.com to see our brand new Jack models and drop into Easy Car Sales for a test drive. It'll have you singing. Hit the road with Jack, and don't you pump gas no more.
Calling all junior and senior high school students, you could win a brand new iPad for the new school year. Enter the Plato Alpha Design Essay Competition. All you have to do is write a strong and convincing essay on the topic, what does going digital mean to you? For junior high students, your word limit is 1,000 words. For senior high students, you'll need 100 words. To enter, email your essay along with your name, school, and grade level, as well as your parents' contact information to alpha@platoalpha.com by Friday, September 22nd. The winners will be announced on Guardian Radio on September 29th. The winner for each category walks away with a brand new iPad. It's the Plato Alpha Design Essay Competition, powered by Guardian Radio 96.9 FM.
The Access Accelerator Small Business Development Center is here to help small businesses throughout the entire Bahamas. To better serve you, we've made it easier to contact us. Call 461-7232, WhatsApp 359-0626 or 359-2394, email helpdesk@spdcbahamas.com or submit a ticket when you visit our help center at accessaccelerator.org. The Access Accelerator, empowering small business.
Want to know more about divorce, personal injury, wills, company formation, conveyances, and mortgages? Then sign up for Halsbury Chambers' 16th annual free legal clinic. Saturday, September 23rd, 2023, Village Road North. Call 393-4551 to reserve your spot today. Space is limited. Lawyers available from 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. Consultations only. This is a community service event sponsored by Halsbury Chambers.
Summer your way with Scotiabank. Apply for a Scotia Plan loan this summer and open the doors to your dream destination, the perfect home renovation, or prep for back to school, and so much more. Enjoy competitive rates, flexible loan terms, and no payments for up to 2 months. Use your plan loan to unlock your perfect summer break. Apply for your Scotia Plan loan today and have summer your way with Scotiabank. Visit bs.scotiabank.com or call 242-356-1697 for further details.
Take some advice from your Aunt Angie. If you want to go scuba diving on your vacation, don't bedazzle your wetsuit. And you think you look great, but what you don't realize is scaly fish. And it won't take long for a shark to notice you. Next thing you know, you're busting out every karate move you got. But if you're smart, you'll have CG Medical Insurance and get airlifted out to the closest hospital.
Get coverage for emergency evacuations. CG Atlantic Medical and Life Insurance. Good like that. All benefits are subject to policy provisions, including eligibility at the time of service.
Screws and Fasteners World, Balfour Avenue and Palm Beach Street, has those hard-to-find fasteners for you right now. You can find stainless steel regular hex, carriage bolts, galvanized bolts, threaded rods, nails, self-tap screws, sex bolts, anchor bolts, turnbuckles, masonry tools, hand tools, and weed whacker strings. Check out the rope selection and carved body fasteners, too. Special orders are welcome. It's your #1 fastener store. Screws and Fasteners World, Balfour Avenue and Palm Beach Streets. Call 326-1976.
I dance around this empty house, tell you out, screaming down the hall, spinning all around, and now we've pictures framing up
This
the past.
is Guardian Radio, 96.9 FM, Nassau, Bahamas.
Welcome back to Morning Blend here on Guardian Radio 96.9. We are streaming live on GuardianTalkRadio.com and on the Guardian Radio app for smart devices. We're also on your televisions on Cable Bahamas Channel 969 and BTC Flow Channel 612. You can tweet us at Morning Blend 969 or Facebook.com/Morning Blend 969. Text us on the Guardian Radio text line 422-4796. Standard text rate supply. And now at 8:19, it is time for another check of your weather for today, brought to you by Bahamas First Insurance. Here's that a weak high pressure system that remains across the country, while Hurricane Lee, which is moving away from the country and out into the Atlantic, closer to Bermuda, that's still extending a shallow trough through the southeastern islands. So for today, that's going to mean hazardous boating and beaching conditions will continue, especially along Atlantic exposures, as large sea swells, dangerous surf, and rip currents will continue. Beachgoers are being asked to remain out of the water, and residents are advised to exercise extreme caution while along coastal roads, along seawalls, and especially the Glass Window Bridge in Eleuthera and the Fishing Hole Road in Grand Bahama. We're expecting overtopping waves, debris, and saltwater intrusion. So for all areas today, partly sunny and hot conditions with isolated showers and thunderstorms. Most of those will be over open waters. Tonight, fair and warm with passing showers possible. Small craft operators, again, urged to remain in port. We're looking at high temperatures getting to around 91 Fahrenheit, 33 Celsius, but it will feel a lot hotter than that. And overnight lows tonight getting down to about 81 Fahrenheit, 27 Celsius. In your extended outlook, The high-pressure system will strengthen across the islands, and sea swells will slowly begin to subside as Hurricane Lee begins to move further into the North Atlantic Ocean. So, for tomorrow, Friday, that's going to mean partly to mostly sunny and hot conditions with isolated showers and thunderstorms. Saturday, variably cloudy, hot, isolated showers and thunderstorms. In the tropics, besides Lee and Margot, we've got a broad area of low pressure about, that's west-southwest of the Cabo Verde Islands. It's becoming better organized, and it has about a 90% chance of formation, becoming a tropical depression within the next few days. With Lee and Margot, Hurricane Lee, Lee's expansive, very big storm within the wind and wave field is progressing northward over the western Atlantic. As of 5 o'clock, Hurricane Lee was about 295 miles southwest of Bermuda. Lee is moving towards the north at 9 miles per hour. On the forecast track, the center of Lee will pass west of Bermuda today and tonight. Maximum sustained winds are near 100 miles per hour with higher gusts. Weakening is forecast, but Lee is still expected to remain a large and next couple of days. It's going to be a big issue for the northeastern United States and Atlantic Canada by the weekend. With Margot, Margot's no threat to anybody. Margot has weakened a bit. It's over the central North Atlantic and about 745 miles west of the Azores, moving towards the northeast at 6 miles per hour. Will continue to meander and make a small clockwise loop over the weekend, but again, Margot weakening and could be a tropical storm later today. That's your morning blend weather check brought to you by Bahamas First Insurance. Visit firstonlineinsurance.com and select a Bahamas First agent to purchase, pay, or renew your car or home insurance 100% online, or just stop by any Bahamas First agent. Bahamas First, celebrating 40 years, is the first Bahamian general insurance company. What's first for you comes first for us. Another check of your traffic for this morning brought to you by RBC. Start your home journey with an RBC mortgage today. In real time, lots to tell you about. We've got Milo Butler Highway, still heavy traffic from well south of the Fire Trail roundabout straight up to the Tawny Quilmes Darling Highway roundabout. And that's causing traffic to be backed up along Fire Trail as well, eastbound, heading toward the roundabout with Fire Trail and Milo Butler Highway. Glass Tunnel looks like a better alternate route for you, but still busy. Still busy if you're northbound, just north of Fire Trail, and it gets even busier the closer you get to Munnings Road. When you get to that roundabout on Glass Tunnel Road, you're going to see issues on JFK Drive, eastbound along Lake Cunningham, and west and eastbound, well, northeast and southwestbound. Although that's easing up a bit. But between the roundabouts there and at Tawny Quilmes Darling Highway and Prospect Ridge, it is getting better there, though. Six Acre roundabout still having issues northbound on the Milo Butler Highway side, southbound on your Providence Highway, and eastbound on JFK. Building traffic on Fire Trail coming in and out of that roundabout as well. Further east, we've got Blue Hill Road, heavy traffic just north of Soldier and near Carmichael, heading toward the roundabout with Independence Drive. Independence Drive westbound traffic seeing issues between Soldier and the roundabout with East-West Highway. And Soldier Road is busy near Windsor Place and Old Trail, and north of the intersection with Robinson and Prince Charles Drive on the way to Village, Wolf, and Bernard Road. All of those areas looking busy. Bernard, Village, and portions of Wolf. Robinson Road is a big mess between Soldier and Old Trail, westbound, and Eastern Road, heavy traffic from San Souci straight up to Johnson Road. That's what we're looking at right now. That's your real-time traffic and your morning blend traffic alert brought to you by RBC. Visit rbc.com/take 60 seconds to connect with RBC today.
I've made up my mind. Don't need to think it over. If I'm wrong, I am right. Don't need to look no further. This ain't last. I know this is life. But if I tell the world, I'll never say enough, 'cause it was not said to you. And that's exactly what I need to do if I end up with you. Should I give up, or should I just keep chasing pavements, even if it leads away? Or would it be a way to me, even if I knew my fate? Should I leave it there? Should I give up, or should I just keep chasing pavements, even if it leads nowhere? I build myself.
We are back here with Morning Blend on Guardian Radio 96.9. Dwight Strawn along with Laverne Gardner. We are talking about what's in the news. We are talking about, well, this has led us all to many different places. We're going to get to BPL in just a bit, but getting your reaction to the Commissioner of Police confirming that the officers in that viral video with the teenager who was claiming he was just going to get some food, who got hit with a baton, they're still on the job. And then the commissioner also confirming that they've got a little, I want to call it a game, but I mean, that's really just scary to call it a game, but a scheme, an incentive scheme.
It's a mismatched word.
What word? What?
Friendly competition.
Friendly competition in how teams and see who makes the most arrests. For 3 months. Oh, my Lord. Okay. Wow. So, let's get to the rest of your text messages before we get to BPL. That's also going to work people up, hey? This person says here, I don't think any cop should be part of this reward scheme unless they are equipped with body cam. That's a very good point. That's a very good point.
Yeah,
and it better be
good.
on, and let's hear the audio, and right? Yeah, don't just be wearing it. Audio and video, we need it.
So it's turned on.
So if you're not prepared to, or if you don't have it, you can't be a part of it. That is excellent. I hope the commissioner can hear that. Ah, boy. And they are applauding us for using Funhouse by Pink, saying that should become the country's new national anthem. Well,
Oh, gee.
well, we don't want to encourage anyone to burn anything down, but there are other parts of it that do fit. I agree. Officers are now required to bring in 10 citations a day. Now, where are you getting that from? Is that accurate?
Did that come from the leaked document?
This person says, this now explains to me why I got a ticket. I was at the light by Government House. By the time I reached by the point, a police officer stopped me and said that I'd run the light, which I didn't, but he insisted on giving me a $150 ticket. Well.
Now, Dwight, since this competition has been announced, how many of these kind of incidents are we going to hear?
Right, now it's going to get tricky. Now, so it's your word against his, but I hear you. Well, this is right. People need to get some cameras for their cars as well. Get the dashboard camera and record things so you can. Yeah. This person says here. This is another one. You started that text. Now it's going to get crazy. Mom, I need somebody. No, please. Yeah, anyway, that's another one. This reminds me of
that's on you. You read that text. You know it was sent to the wrong number, and you read it anyway.
Do you remember this a few years ago? Someone sent a food thing. Like, I can't get that food. If you need this, you got to do this. And, like, that person's going to starve because this is very sad. This came to the wrong number. What happened to the teen at the mall is quite minor compared to other infractions committed by some officers, and they're still on the force. This text here, stop. That police officer is probably the only father that young child has. Now, you all need to stop.
What?
Stop it. A father
What
hitting
do
you.
they mean? What does that
and
mean?
that's really
What does that
very presumptuous, and it's, I don't know. A father hitting you and telling you to leave because congregating causes danger to the kids is out of love. Leave these officers alone. Oh, my. Okay. Let's just move on. Laverne. This person says, I spoke
Please and thank you.
Yeah. I spoke to a coworker about the police point system yesterday, and she thinks it's great and views it as an incentive system which she feels many government jobs need. But to me, it's a double-edged sword. It can encourage them to be more, to perform more effectively on the job that they're ready, getting paid to do, or it can motivate them to create conditions for charges that weren't deserved. Yes. Exactly.
Yeah. Agreed.
Both of those, right? And depending on the person and the day. This one says that there are incentives given to police officers for tickets and other things the world over, but their incentive is monetary. Behemoths are just lawless. They shun it. We just had the head of the traffic division on a couple weeks ago, and he said they didn't. Maybe this sounds like a temporary scheme, hopefully. But he said they don't have a quota to fill. They don't get any rewards for the tickets that they write. But I guess.
And we're not just, being negative. There is a genuine reason. We've heard stories upon stories with people claiming their interactions with police officers and how it happened, and claiming their innocence and saying, well, it didn't quite go that way. We've had cases where people have filed suits against police officers. So it isn't as if, I'm not saying the entire force is corrupt, but there are bad apples who may be out there.
Mm-hmm.
And this could become a killer. And so we need to be concerned.
Yeah. Instead of embracing the move by the police, they're shunning it, Bahamians, because of their lawlessness. As it relates to the matter by the mall, the police handled it incorrectly, but their intent was to clear the mall yard, which is a haven for fights and stabbings by these kids who weren't taught anything by their parents. The very next day there was a stabbing, so wow. Okay. This person says...
Two wrongs don't make a right one.
Exactly. Yeah. Firstly, the child...
It doesn't balance each other out.
Yeah. Listen to this one. Firstly, the child in the video was not beaten up by the police. Yes, the officer was overly aggressive. However, the officer first asked the students to move along. He didn't initially approach the child with violence. The child decided that he wasn't going to comply, but decided to plead his case. Suppose you or that child was in the U.S. and an officer said, move along. Would you remain in the area and try to explain to the officer that you just got there and just needed to get a few items from the stores in the area and then you will leave? Perhaps I would, yeah. And then what, I would deserve to get hit? That's what you're telling me? That's what you're saying. Yeah, or whatever. And I want to spend my money at this establishment. I'm about to go there. And what is this, 1960s Alabama or something? What are you saying? Why would that happen? Okay. Interesting. I'm suggesting more understanding of what the police are up against. If you have to interact with these mini devils, and here we go again with this devil talk, mini devils on a daily basis, these are your kids, folks. Anyway, your view would change. Infants, 1 month to 1 year. Children, 1 year to 12 years. Adolescents, 13 years to 17 years. They may be referred to as teenagers. What's happening? Why are you saying this? The police are most likely wrong, but the young man is no kid, and most likely he curses more than... Why are you all like this? What? So there we go. This is somebody texted me earlier and said, wait and see how many people will be justifying the behavior. And, yeah, well, they were right. Mm-hmm. Okay.
I blame you, Dwight. You keep reading these texts.
Oh, this is clearly how the majority of the people in the country feel. This person says there, I think both parties are wrong. The officer should not have roughed him up like that. However, for the boy's own mother to say that she didn't believe him until she saw the video indicates that she knows he has an attitude problem. No, it doesn't. Come on. If the police tell you that he was doing this, like, why does that? Boy. I agree with the texter who asked what prompted the video to be recorded in the first place. I want to know what happened leading up to that clip. So I was just sent an extended video as an adult apparently recording out there for a little bit who might not have liked what was happening. I don't know if it was on the part of the police or on the part of the children. But, yeah, so they were recording. But, okay. This person says that don't forget that
you had a chance to view it yet?
No, not yet. Not yet.
Okay.
Yeah. This one says, is that story about the boy also a not my good son syndrome? This is getting worse, getting worse. When will the police start beating women and girls now? I'm tired of seeing young boys being abused. Oh, dear God. Dear Lord. Yeah.
Can we stop now?
Yeah. I'm going to read just two more. Brace yourself. I'm not on the police side, but children need to start going home after school. 5:30, these kids are still hanging around the school. Go home. Talking about the grades. Go home and study. Wow. This one says, these texts are very telling as to how violence in the home leads to crime. Yeah, something is very wrong. Very wrong. Very wrong. Very, very wrong. Okay, well, that explains everything, right? So, and this is why... So we got some tweets, and this was a good one here. Many of our ordinary citizens are the ones who need psychological evil. Clearly everybody.
Well, here's the thing. The police force is made up of ordinary citizens, is it not?
Yes. Absolutely. Absolutely. All right, so let's move on. Very quickly, this story, I mean, there's nothing much to talk about, but just letting you know, in case you haven't heard already, and then we'll get to BPL. So this is also in the Tribune. Police Commissioner Clayton Fernandez says police questioned the mother of that little boy, 22-month-old Anwar Miller, the toddler who mysteriously died in an apartment complex on Family Street. You remember that story? The commissioner says, quote, we're still putting the pieces together. We will be able to bring the public up to date as to the end of the conclusion of our investigation. The toddler's body was discovered inside a bedroom with no visible wounds, though there was skin discoloration. Police were alerted to the apartment when a tenant complained that he was being attacked by his landlord, later identified as Anwar's father. Police telling reporters on Tuesday that the landlord was arrested because of his erratic behavior after he jumped through a window when confronted about attacking his tenant. Police later found his body, the little boy's body, inside, and the landlord died, which was very, very bizarre. So, but no, but they've questioned. That doesn't mean that she's. It doesn't mean anything that she's a suspect or anything. But they spoke to the mother. So hey, we will see. Hopefully, we do get some understanding of what's going on there. It's just been one of the weirdest stories we've heard in a very long time. Okay, so BPL. BPL confirming to IRCA in recent discussions that fuel charges have reached their peak and that consumers can expect lower rates moving forward. IRCA issuing a statement on this yesterday, saying that BPL's confirmed the fuel charge will decline this month for many consumers and will be reflected in their bills next month. Now, you may recall in October 2022, BPL announced an initiative to increase its fuel charge to reflect the rising cost of fuel and to clear some of the outstanding debt it owed on prior fuel purchases. And gradually, through the use of a glide path strategy, IRCA said that BPL's glide path strategy was designed to slowly increase the fuel charge to a peak this summer and then decrease the fuel charge continuously through the end of February 2024. So by March 2024, BPL is expected to have paid off its outstanding fuel debt, and that this means that as of March 2024, bills are expected to only reflect the actual cost of fuel used in supplying consumers. Now, at that point, provided the market price of fuel remains the same or decreases, the charge for fuel will naturally decrease. Hence, consumers will receive a lower bill for the same amount of consumption. Let's pray that is the case. IRCA said that over the course of months, it has received numerous complaints, increasing number of complaints from BPL customers about high electricity bills. IRCA noted that part of its remit as the regulator for the electricity sector is to ensure consumer protection and support appropriate billing, and that it considers electricity a basic necessity that should be affordable and remains concerned about the impact of high electricity bills on BPL's customers and the economy. It said that, quote, considering the widespread complaints and in accordance with its commitment to protect consumers, IRCA has been, he said that in reviewing consumer complaints, it found that consumers have experienced the compound billing effects of increased demand during the summer and the increase in the fuel charge with this glide path strategy. It said, though, typically some people's consumption of electricity doubles in the summer months due to air conditioning and children being home from school. The doubling of consumption multiplied by the fuel charge, which is almost 3 times what it was last summer, means many consumers' bills are significantly higher. As we all know, painfully. Far too well. So let's talk about it. Does that help you breathe a little easier, knowing that you might see a slight decrease beginning next month? Or are you bankrupt now from the summer of paying 2, 3, 4 times what you normally pay? Let's talk about it. 323-6232, 325-4316, 325-4259. Call us toll free, 242-300-5720. Tweet us, Facebook us, text us, 422-4796. Okay, so let's get your reaction to it. I know, Laverne, you're very lucky. You don't have to deal with this over in Grand Bahama. And good for you. But even you were a little concerned about your fuel charge going up.
Yes, absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
May not be to the extent, but we still have an issue, and there are people who are complaining over here. But yeah, definitely.
Wow. Okay. All right. Let's see what the texters are saying, and we'll get to the calls. This person says here, this is back to the police. We'll get to those later.
Oh, goodness.
This person says here, it's amazing how IRCA can launch an investigation against BTC and just now speaking on BPL, which has been draining our pockets. Well, again, it's not the same thing. BPL told the whole world what it was going to do. That was last year. And you remember, IRCA did look into it. And then they're like, well, what can we do? So it's not the same. We were told about this a while back. So it's a little bit different. Right? Okay. Let's take the call. Good morning, caller. You're on the air.
Yes, good morning to you and good morning to Laverne.
Hi.
Yeah.
Good morning.
Like we need to be building houses, man. We can't be burning them down right now.
Right.
But anyway, the ones that need to be with termites, the ones that are full of termites, they need to be, it's best to burn. We used to burn the field before we plant in Eleuthera. That's how you guarantee your crop are going to be free from pests. But right, this BPL bill that they're trying to pay off for the fuel charge. Any idea how much that total fuel charge bill is?
You mean what they owe?
But but they have to pay out, and that's why they're putting the burden on us?
I don't know it offhand. I can try to find out.
Well, then why are you doing...
Clearly, it's a heck of a lot of money.
Well, look at the legacy debt that they're paying to the distributors.
Mm-hmm.
Now, this is a supplier-distributor issue. Do you know how much that is?
Millions.
Well, I'm hearing it's around $400 million, and we're only paying the interest on it. So BPL is heavily in debt. If they have a fuel debt, and now they have a supplier debt to the tune of some $400 million, I mean, the place really the house, you say? Anyway.
It's bad. It's bad.
Yeah, I mean, but how bad is it is what we need to know.
Well, we've been good. Let me knock on wood. We've been good. I think we've been good over the past couple of weeks. We haven't had many outages. I don't know, unless folks in call and tell us.
It's fine. Those Wärtsilä engines are really, really, really designed to be constant power supplies. It's just a matter of how well you can maintain it. I know the young lady who actually brought those Wärtsilä engines, and she's no longer working there, but that's another story. But seriously, man, we need to know how much is this legacy debt, and also how much is the fuel debt. What is the total that we owe, and why we are firing both chairmen and whatnot because they're trying strategies? How much we owe?
Yeah, it's a mind-blowing number, I'm sure.
Yeah,
we'll get the exact figures.
I know I'm depending on you, and also I was depending on Laverne to find out what went down with the meeting in Freeport concerning that place that's running it.
That's right. Thank you.
Yeah,
Thank you for reminding. Laverne, you said you were attending that, right?
I did attend.
Oh. Mm-hmm. What did you learn about the
I did
Hawksbill
attend.
Creek Agreement that people didn't already know?
I may be licensees, but not necessarily familiar with the Hawksbill Creek Agreement and, what the responsibilities are, what maybe rights you have under that. And so that meeting was really just to make us aware and bring to our attention. And then also, I believe that it was an opportunity to see the interest in us coming together as an association and being that third arm between the government and the Grand Bahama Port Authority. So it was I found it to be a very positive meeting. There was a lot of interest. I'm hoping that momentum will remain and that we will really begin to advocate for us and work together. There was at one point a couple of people asked, so what is the plan? And someone responded, we cannot give you a plan because the plan must include all of us. What is it that we want in this Freeport-Lucaya area, and then by extension as an overflow into the eastern and western parts of the island? Mm-hmm. And so this is just the beginning. It was, like I said, it was a very positive meeting, just went over certain things that we needed to be aware of.
So let me ask you this.
Certain responsibilities, and go ahead.
Yeah, so that thing about the plan and all of us, I feel like I've heard that before. Am I wrong?
Yes, because you may have heard it before, but you did not hear it from the body of those licensees, those people who are port licensees. There's over 3,000 of us. And so you may have heard that before, but not coming from the licensee.
I see. Okay.
And so it is an attempt, I believe, to begin to mobilize us and say, hey, we can control this to a certain extent. We have a say, and it is about time that we stop looking to everybody else and let's get together and do what we need to do.
Okay.
To
so
protect ourselves and to make sure
you sound encouraged.
We prosper. I was very encouraged.
I
was encouraged even just by the turnout.
Yeah. I just want to say this. I have many ideas, but I'll give this one to you and Grand Bahama for free. I might have said it before. I don't think I'm the first one to say it. But
let me guess. Are you going to talk about municipal government?
No. I mean, I don't have that much breath to waste. I mean, obviously you all don't care. But let me just say about gambling. And I think a lot of people called and saying it's not fair to have this discrimination against people in our own country.
Right.
This is government, Grand Bahama. Listen, maybe we shouldn't allow casinos to be everywhere. There are lots of restrictions in other countries on where casinos can be. So maybe you might want to continue to restrict that. But Grand Bahama, I think, is a perfect place to have maybe a little zone where there can be casinos and where Bahamians can go and enjoy themselves if they wish. And I think that could start a lot of other things around that area, that special
That could be a
zone.
spin-off from there.
Yep, it could be, market it if you can, which you might not be able to, but as a Vegas of the Caribbean or something. But again, have that, and maybe in the Southern Bahamas they might want to do something like that too. But limit where you can do it. But Grand Bahama might be perfect, and that might help to jumpstart quite a few things. But so when you all come up with your plan, maybe you might want to include that and see what happens
Absolutely.
there.
I think it's a good idea, Dwight, honestly. So.
All right. So it's amazing how IRCA can launch an investigation against Yeah, we read that already. Yep. All right. This person says here the price of fuel is almost $100 and going up. This is the oil, you mean? Yeah. Would the government go back to subsidizing if they reduce the charge? But then that's going to get us back to where we are now, because that's what they're claiming. Because the government subsidized, that's why we are here, and that's why they had to. Well, so they say, to break that heads they had. I'm paraphrasing a lot here, but yeah. This person says here, Dwight, this BPL saying bills will be cheaper next month is like a cheating spouse who keeps saying they're not going to cheat anymore. You know they will. No, I don't think it's the same. In fact, BPL has sent that out for people to see where the fuel charges each month, and it's going to go down. It will, but it's not going to be by much. It's going to be a very gradual decrease. Very gradual, but it will be decreasing. So it's not quite the same. Give me a sec. I'll come up with a better example. This one says it decreased for many, but who exactly? Of course, we will see slight decreases. I certainly will not see the need to run my AC as often because it will not be as hot. So you pray. But they should be more direct with who will see lower bills. That gives me no assurance. That's interesting. This person says, will the reduction in electricity bills happen because the fuel charge is going down or because we're now out of the summer months? And the Divine has seen fit to ensure that night temperatures during fall begin to decline from night temperatures seen during the summer. Not yet. Meaning that BEC has literally done nothing to help the consumer after they failed to execute the hedge, directly leading to dramatic fuel price increases, with the increasing temperatures from as early as April-May piling on to the high cost of misery. BEC has simply waited the weather out like they always do, and are now trying to Siegfried and Roy us into believing something has happened. No progressive strategy. Well, but again, you can look at your bill and see your consumption versus the fuel portion of it. So you will likely see both going down. Right? Likely. This person says here, your pro clutching is hilarious. That's hilarious as well. This person says, body cams for all cops when on duty. There should be no alternatives. This will show not only the abusive behavior of police, but also the aggravating behavior of unsocialized citizens of all ages. All cars should be required to have dash cams, also for insurance. These simple changes will transform this island overnight. Who could make these changes happen? That's where we need pressure applied. Interesting. Yeah. All right. Let's take the break. When we come back, more of your messages, more of your calls. This is Morning Blend on Guardian Radio 96.9. Stay with us.
I've made up my mind. Don't need to think it over. If I'm wrong, I am right. Don't need to look no further. I know this is life. But if I tell the world, I'll never say enough, 'cause it was not said to you. And that's exactly what I need to do. If I end up with you, should I give up or should I just keep
Whether you're
chasing?
looking for your first or new home or even using your existing home as equity, RBC understands that your journey to home ownership is unique and your mortgage financing should reflect that. That is why at RBC we have dedicated mortgage specialists that provide sound advice and helpful solutions to make your dream home a reality. Best of all, the RBC mortgage team is mobile, flexible, and will meet you almost anywhere. Visit rbc.com/take 60 seconds to connect with an RBC mortgage specialist.
There's a new electric vehicle in town. The Jack brand of SUVs, trucks, sedans, and commercial vans. Available only at Easy Car Sales, home of the fully electric vehicle. For a powerful, smooth ride at a fraction of the cost to drive, leave the pump behind and hit the road with Jack. Visit Easy New Jack models and drop into Easy Car Sales for a test drive. It'll have you singing. Hit the road with Jack, and don't you pump gas no more.
Ready to save? You can put $100 into the CFAL Savings Express Plan and make sure your money keeps growing. Earn interest on your savings while you're sleeping, eating, or standing in line at the bank. Ready to invest? Start by putting $1,000 into our mutual funds and earn interest there too. Because at CFAL, your interest is our interest. Visit CFAL.com to start now. CFAL, growing wealth for future generations of Bahamians.
Calling all junior and senior high school students, you could win a brand new iPad for the new school year. Enter the Plato Alpha Design Essay Competition. All you have to do is write a strong and convincing essay on the topic, what does going digital mean to you? For junior high students, your word limit is 1,000 words. For senior high students, your word limit is 1,500 words. To enter, email your essay along with your name, school, and grade level, as well as your parents' contact information to alpha@platoalpha.com by Friday, September 22nd. The winners will be announced on Guardian Radio on September 29th. The winner for each category walks away with a brand new iPad. It's the Plato Alpha Design Essay Competition, powered by Guardian Radio 96.9 FM.
Created Events and Marketing presents Becoming, a transformative women that will take place on September 24th at the National Training Agency located on Gladstone Road at 3 p.m. Phenomenal speakers include DeQuesta Dean, Simone Bowe, Shirley Pinder, Marissa Mason-Smith, and Dr. Nyambi Campbell-Dean. Not to mention a flaunted fashion show segment hosted by Miss Phyllis Garraway. Tickets are $50 and can be purchased at the Nassau Guardian or Essence Med Spa, number 15 Bradley Street, Palmdale. Part proceeds will be donated to the Jenny Dean Caring and Sharing Cancer Support Group.
Wherever you are in the world, Cleveland Clinic's world-class care is here for you. From Ohio to Florida to London, Cleveland Clinic treats thousands of patients every year. Ranked number 2 in the world by Newsweek, you can trust our caregivers to enhance your experience across each step of your treatment journey. For every care in the world, learn more at clevelandclinic.org/Caribbean.
It's been 35 years since Custom Computers was founded, and we'd like to celebrate that milestone by thanking you, our clients and customers. You've inspired 35 years of expert service and support, partnering with the world's leading brands like HP, Apple, and Microsoft. We take pride in setting the bar for what you expect and deserve from a homegrown Bahamian business. We're here to serve you when you need us, so call 396-1101. Custom Computers, raising the standard since 1987.
It's back to school season again. Send your kids off with everything they need, from books, uniforms to school supplies, all with a Fidelity personal loan. Apply today for a chance to win amazing back-to-school prizes. Call 356-7764.
This is Guardian Radio 96.9 FM. Fresh news, smart talk, all day.
Get ready to mash this party up. It's Rick and Script full non-stop. Hey! Rick and Script. Rick and Script. D-Max style. Rick and Script. Oh, yeah. Rick and Script. I see you coming.
We're back here with Morning Blend on Guardian Radio 96.9. Dwight Strawn along with Laverne Gardner. We're going to go to the news in just a bit. Just want to read the last few messages here on this BPL issue. This texter says, Urca is apparently backpedaling backpedaling. I strongly believe the BPL's violated the terms of the fuel charge. ARCA is being reactive when they should be on top of it. Now, what do you mean by that, text? Like, what do you think was going to happen here? Seriously, it's not a private company; it's the Public Electricity Corporation. Seriously, what did you think was going to happen? Who's confused here, Laverne? Somebody's confused.
Clearly us. Yeah.
Who's the us? Because I'm not confused. There was nothing that was going to happen.
Okay, so the texter.
Yeah. Now, if this were a private company and they tried it, I could see something could happen. Right? Because we could bully the private. But this is your government. Your Minister of Finance is the Prime Minister. And this is what they are telling you. They need to do this. There was not going to be anything ERCA could do. Let's all stop being confused about how this country works. The sooner we can admit to these things, as I say, stop playing around with the Governor General and acting like this is the highest office. Stop it. Just stop. Be real. Recognize how much power the Prime Minister of the Bahamas has.
Yep.
The U.S. President wishes.
He had as much power.
He can have that much power.
The buck starts and stops with him.
Boy. Anyway, this person says here, my actual usage bill is $91. When BPL finishes with the skullduggery, fuel charge on my bill is about $400. I have a fuel surcharge bill of $100 plus and another fuel bill of $150 and then another fuel something bill of $54, totaling $400. Boy. Boy, oh boy. This person says that you don't mind paying for electricity used, not because it's summer. You assume everyone's burning AC to the tune of 2 to 3 times more. Yeah. A lot of people who don't do that have reported that theirs went up. Right? $50, $100, everybody. But yeah, so it's been very rough. It's been very rough. I hear the numbers that people say how much theirs went up by. It is disturbing, and I don't know how people are going to do it. And again, it's not going to drop by much. It's pennies. It's pennies that it's dropping by. It's still going to be way higher than what you're paying in Grand Bahama, Laverne. Right? We will not really get a break until February, March. And as we said, we're praying that the cost of fuel comes down by then.
Yeah.
So it's a long road ahead, and this is not going to help people to sleep easy tonight. But hey, we're going to leave that there. We're going to take a break and then be back with business and in your education. We've got all, we can tell you what UB has going on. That's coming up after the break for news. This is Morning Blend on Guardian Radio. Stay with us.
Mash this party up, it's Rick and Script full non-stop. Hey! Rick and Script. Rick and Script. D-Max style. Rick and Script. Oh, yeah. Rick and Script. I see you coming from a mile away, girl. Rick and Script. I see ya coming. Girl, I see ya. Hey! She says she's a real good girl, she only goes to church then home. I say I'm a real good guy like Rick and Script, I stay in my zone. She says she don't party hard, I tell her I'm a partier. She tell me she ain't no cutter, but she'll go out with me. She say that she drinks Calyx, but only 3, and then she's done. I tell her I wish they had Calyx or drips, so party can't done. She tell me she's a friend to know, I tell her I'm the one to trust. I tell her when we go to the dance, it's only just 2 of us. So we reach to the dance and she say, this my song, then she hotel to the floor. She head straight for the floor. You tell me this is your first time, but I hear you shouting more. It's like you've been whining, you've been Rick and Scripting, you've been drunk on knowing, you've been pump and whining, you think you're fooling. Oh no, but I see you coming, I see you coming. Then let me see you do it. Oh yeah.
is Guardian Radio 96.9 FM, Nassau, Bahamas.
The views and opinions of the host and guests are their own and do not necessarily reflect the position of the management and staff of Guardian Network.
Wake up, it's a new day. Wake up, it's a new day.
Good morning and welcome to Morning Blend Business on this Thursday, September 14th, 2023. Welcome back to our Morning Blend listeners. Once again, I'm Dwight Strawn along with Laverne Gardner, and this is going to be a party. These two are already cracking me up in here. We are talking about continuing education and lifelong learning. That's called CLearn at the University of the Bahamas. And here to tell us all about this, we're very pleased to welcome Dean Lourdes Knowles and Director of Personal and Professional Development, Tammy Morley Archer. Good morning, ladies. Great to have you with us.
Good morning.
Good morning. Good morning, Dwight.
You two are very interesting characters. All right, great to have you. So we got a lot to talk about. Tell us about CLearn. This is a rebranding, right? This is when I was at COB.
No.
So what exactly is this, and is this where is this coming from?
Okay. Good morning, Dwight. So our viewers, our listeners,
They can see you on the stream. They can. Yep.
Our listeners may remember us as CES,
Right.
Continuing Education and Extension Services, which has been around for a very, very long time. This rebranding isn't new. We've renamed the department CLearn, which the acronym stands for Continuing Education and Lifelong Learning. And this happened a few years ago. Because we want to encourage people not only to seek professional certifications and do certificate programs, we also want to encourage Bahamians to be lovers of lifelong learning. Learning never ends, and so we offer programs, courses for professional development, and of course for persons who just want to learn interesting things to keep their brains growing, to stay on the cutting edge. I hate to use cliches, but just to stay current and to learn new things and not become dull.
Right. No, that's never good. All right, so what has the appetite been like even before CLearn CES? Did we have that thirst for knowledge and for growth?
Well, I always believe that the Bahamian people are very hungry for knowledge.
I thought you were going to say thirsty. No, that's not.
Stay focused.
Stay focused. Right.
We've always had the passion from the Bahamian people about learning and learning new things. So it has followed through right to this point. Even after COVID, we find that they're still interested and ready to learn. And also, as Dean Lourdes said, become lifelong learners. So, yes, absolutely. And because of that, we now have the offerings for our fall semester out. And we're ready to take everyone back in who are hungry for knowledge.
Yeah. Is there a profile of that person, or is it across the board, you see?
There's no profile because at CLearn, we take on students from the teens. So you can be in high school, you can be in college, you can be an adult, you can be a senior citizen. We'll tell you about some of the things that we're going to be offering to persons of all ages as CLearn develops and rebrands.
Right. All right. So this is the beginning of it, or how long?
No. Well, remember I said
the pandemic.
But prior, CES has been around for some time. We're still the same department, the same area. Just the name has been changed a few years ago, and for a while, since COVID, but at the onset of COVID, our courses were always face to face, and of course, COVID put everyone into an online environment.
Right.
And so our Northern Bahamas campus they took the jump and then they developed a really robust online platform, and our courses have been running online since then. But now we realize that not everyone's an online learner. You know, some people need that or crave that interaction in the classroom. They want to see their professor face to face. They love the energy of being in the classroom. And so now we decided to let's get our face-to-face classes going again to meet those learners, those persons who want to learn.
Okay, before we get into what's offered, over the past few weeks, we've been having these discussions with various people in industries and schools, and it really does seem like there's a shift going on away from degrees but to certificates. Are you seeing that, and is that going to reduce the need to go to college? Are we heading in that direction?
I don't think it's going to reduce the need to go to college. But however, because college individuals who are pursuing degrees can also do certificates and programs in the interim or as they are pursuing their long-term degrees. But there is an appetite for those persons who want to accelerate their career and get into an industry right now.
Yeah.
Right? So, and CLearn we've been on the cutting edge of that, because we are currently now offering programs that will prepare an individual to either excel in their career or change careers or just upskill.
Right. So will a college degree be enough?
At the end of the day?
Or are you still going to need to get some other certificates, right?
I'd like to address that if you don't mind. College degrees, bachelor degree programs, they are wonderful. They have their place. That's the traditional or the historical way to get to advancing your career, right? We were told as children, when you finish school, you're going to go to college. However, adults and young adults and older adults are now realizing that there are shorter
pathways,
but I want, not just shorter, but really effective pathways to furthering their career into success, and that is through certificate programs. There are great impact or great benefits for studying, for pursuing that path. But programs are shorter, they're less expensive, and the beauty of them, Dwight, is that they don't require general education courses to complete the degree. You know, when you do a BA is made up of general education courses and courses specifically geared to your major and minor, right? But certificate programs, when you do a certificate program, you study classes that give you that workforce readiness to go on the job and perform specific skills and specific tasks that you won't get in a bachelor degree program.
Wow. All right. So,
Good morning, ladies.
Laverne.
Hi,
Laverne.
Morning. Would you also agree, too, that even if you have a bachelor's degree, getting a certificate, maybe in a professional development certificate in a specific area, just like, let's say, for instance, you have an HR degree, but maybe you want to focus more on the labor aspect of HR. That's a wonderful opportunity to get a certificate in that area, right?
Absolutely.
You have that bachelor's degree, so it doesn't mean that because you have a bachelor's degree, you cannot then go and pursue a certificate in a specific or concentrated area.
That's what we offer, so that someone, and of course, even if you're already in the 4-year degree program, you can just come on over to CLearn currently, and you can take a course to enlighten or heighten or even become more informative in your area, right? And even if it's not in your area, you may be a human resource professional, but you may love videography. You may love photography. You may love cake baking. So this is what CLearn offers to the general public and to the learners.
I just want to add to that also that some of our programs, Laverne, are graduate certificate programs. So some of them you have to have a bachelor's degree or an associate's degree to enroll in the program, the HR one especially. So we offer a variety. We offer postgraduate certificates. We also offer certificates for persons who are employed, don't want to do the traditional 4-year and just looking for impactful short certificates that they can do. And then a lot of our certificates prepare you for certifications, international certifications as well.
Okay, so let's talk about those. I was telling you off air, I've heard a commercial that's playing, and they're talking about a course you could do in TikTok. So clearly some of these are fun and playful, but you mentioned this, the certificates and the graduate level, so they're very serious as well. So let's talk about those, the serious ones, then we'll get to TikTok and other stuff.
And they're serious too.
Yeah? Oh, okay. Sure. All right, but let's talk about, you mentioned postgraduate and some of the other certificates.
So we offer a postgraduate certificate in human resources management. We also realize that there are some persons who work in HR departments who don't have a bachelor's degree, who won't qualify to take that program. And the reason why, Dwight, that is a postgraduate certificate program is because if you want to take the international certification exam, you have to have a degree. So we are in the process of creating a program for those persons who don't have the degree but work in HR and want some credentialing, to advance in that area as well. We have the graduate certificate in project management, and I will allow Tommy to just share a bit about what that's about.
Well, we have that program that will be offered in fall of 2024. And we're offering it currently in Grand Bahama Northern Campus online. However, there has been an update to the curriculum, and so we will have the brand new curriculum from the Pembroke 7 edition offered in fall 2024. Because we try to stay on the cutting edge, Dwight. We want to offer up-to-date, right, valid, accurate training.
So tell us a little more about it. Project management, what does that mean?
So when you become a project management specialist, you're actually learning the craft of managing any project.
Wow.
However, though, if you are in the marketing field, then project management will enlighten that area for you. If you are a contractor, then project management will help you to enlighten that area. So this is just a skill set that you want to build in any industry that you currently work in. So you will learn how to...
So it's not just about my innate organizational skills.
No, absolutely not.
Wow.
It will teach you to manage your life.
Teach you to manage your life.
Okay.
You will learn how to create documents. You will learn the process. There's a life cycle for project management, and we will take you through the life cycle so that when you're done with us, if you are an aviation specialist, you will now be skilled in managing projects from start to finish.
Wow. How long is a course like that?
That course is going to be 16 months.
Okay.
Between 14 and 16 months.
Yeah.
Well, that's a program.
Yeah, so that's a little more intensive.
Yes. That's actually be full programs of about 6 to 8 classes.
But you can work full time and do this.
Absolutely, because C-Learn offers classes in the evenings. We are there for our full-time
and
workers.
Saturdays as well.
Okay.
And then don't forget the online platform as well.
Excellent. Okay, so what else in terms of those type programs you offer?
So those are the two, let me think carefully. I think those are the two postgraduate certificates. But we have certificates in accounting, right? So that program is designed for a person who's probably a supervisor in a company where they're head of the accounting department, but that person doesn't have an accounting degree. Maybe they've worked there for a long time and they know the ins and outs of the job.
Right.
That program is designed to give them sound accounting practices, principles that they can apply to improve what they do at work.
Okay.
We have another one called the Accounts Associate Certificate, and that is for a person at an entry-level position in accounting. And that person will learn things that they can do on the job. They'll learn about trial balances, accounting terminology, QuickBooks, a little bit of writing because they'll have to write little short reports. They have to report the accounting Excel, that sort of thing. So we have that as well. We have event and wedding planning.
Okay.
We have that. We offer...
How long is a course like that?
Oh, that's like 4 courses. That's short. That's maybe 6 months.
Okay.
You can complete that in about 6 months. We have so many. A new one that we're launching in the spring is procurement and logistics management.
Oh, boy.
Yeah, now that was requested, actually. So, in the Bahamas, we have a lot of people who buy bulk, buy large, and we have grocery stores, other retail companies, and a lot of them do the job but don't know the science behind what they're doing. And so it's a very intense and very direct, certificate program. All the courses, a variety of courses, all related to procurement, to buying, to improving what you do so that you can save your company a whole lot of money and you can learn the ethical reasons of doing what you do. We start off with a seminar on procurement ethics because it all begins with there. That's a field that can be very, very tempting. And so we teach, we started there. And
I'm curious to know who requested this.
Well, let's just say it's been requested by more than one
entity.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And how long would that take?
That is about 18 months.
Mm-hmm.
It depends, like I said, on how quickly. If you do 2 courses at a time, it'll be less. Payments, sometimes people don't have the funds to do their programs quickly. They have to take the time and, find the resources.
Mm-hmm.
So it depends on how quickly you can pay for your courses.
Wow. And how much are these? I mean, how does that work exactly? Does that depend on the course?
It all depends on the actual course, the length of the individual courses within the program. Procurement is actually less than $1,600. That's going to take you over a year of classes.
And that's for the full program.
That's the full program.
Very inexpensive.
And when does that start? That one?
That starts January.
January.
Actually.
Okay, so get ready.
Yeah, get ready. However, though, in the fall, we have 2 classes that you can take that kind of propel you into the program. So if you want to test the waters, you can start in October, where we offer the ethics and the planning and procurement course. And once you've started with those 2, you're ready for the January session.
Is there a way you can compel people who want to get into frontline politics to take the ethics course?
I wish. That's just ethics and procurement, but we do have ethics we do have other ethics courses as well that we can offer and that we do offer. And we encourage everyone, Yes. Let's not just pick at the politicians.
Right. I'm sure I do. What was that, Laverne?
I was asking if for the longer courses, do you have a pay-as-you-go system?
Yes, we do. So for the long
so you don't have
courses,
to
you
come
will
up with
pay
like a lump sum.
Yes, per course. So if you register for one course, you will pay for that individual course. 2 courses are the max that we will offer in a program in a semester. So you'll have 2 max courses.
Yeah.
And we do have payment options as well. So they can come talk to us and find out.
If your course, your individual course, runs you over $500 is where we're looking at, then we will offer you a payment plan.
Okay.
Those that are under $500, we think that we can take, our monthly and prepare and enter those courses. Right. So the payment plan is offered for $500 or more.
Yeah. And those courses are shorter, you see?
Shorter courses, yes.
Excellent. All right, so I remember when there was C's, you'd hear about it, cake decorating and all these things. It sounds like fun, and people did that. So in the commercials we mentioned, heard TikTok, which was what's happening here, and then smartphone photography.
Yes. Why those courses? Okay. So when you think about TikTok, a lot of people think, well, I can just download the app and do TikTok. But that course really is a digital marketing course designed for small business owners, any person who wants to push their products or services. We teach you about videography. We teach you about content development. We teach you about interacting with. We take it to an academic level.
Yeah.
So we teach you things, not just how to use TikTok, but the psychology behind it, how to reach your customers, how to reach your clients. And the reason why we're offering that now, Dwight, is because Christmas is coming.
Yeah.
And people want to sell their products and services. And a lot of people don't have big advertising budgets.
Right.
So a TikTok masterclass is perfect for anyone who wants to learn how to reach a wide audience of people, how to get feedback from their customers, how to present their products and services in a fun way so that people want to purchase their products or use their services.
That's very interesting.
So they're going to learn a whole lot, and I think people will be amazed at what they actually learn. And they'll find out about other apps that they can work with TikTok to even make it better.
So who's teaching that course? I mean, this is...
So one of our distinguished graduates of the journalism program is teaching that course, and she is a master at this.
Yeah.
So I had to go and actually hunt her down to get her to teach this course for me. Miss Janae Winter is her name, and she's young and she's vibrant, and she was highly recommended, and she really knows her stuff. And she graduated with honors from our journalism department, from the school of.
So when does that start? Or
TikTok
is that started
is
already?
in October.
October.
Yes,
Okay.
and I will get you the exact date for that. My mind is thinking the
I think
11th.
it's October, November.
Or November. It may be.
So it's not too long.
Right now, right, and you have a lot of time. We will have you ready for Christmas.
Okay.
So you will be able to start that course, finish that course in due time to be able to advertise for your Christmas product.
And that will be offered like every...
Oh, yes. And basically, especially if it's a very high,
Right, it
high
depends on
enrollment,
that.
we will offer that course as often as it is required.
Right.
Wow. So how many can you accommodate?
20.
Okay.
We will take our classes max out at 20. So 20 would be our max number. So get it in there, guys. You want to register now. The registration is filling up. I want you to know.
Yes, surprisingly,
for that TikTok class.
people are excited about that.
We just had a conversation on the show this week about whether TikTok is right for every business. And so this is interesting. You might find that this will be helpful.
Exactly.
It is a very, very good marketing tool. And you just have to learn to use it, in a persuasive way to push your products and service. Right now, people use TikTok for a variety of purposes, for fun, but
You can say
behemoths need to
foolishness.
understand.
You can say foolishness.
For fun. That's a better F word than foolishness.
What was that, Laverne?
For anything. I'm saying people use it for everything, but it does work for those people who use it well for advertising.
Yeah.
Like right now, because I'm this kind of person, I already have a list of places when I come back to New Providence that I want to visit based on either their ads on TikTok or people who have shared their experiences going to these places. So there is value in understanding the science and knowing how to use it. I think it's TikTok that they're on. I'm not sure. Forgive me. But there's Butterfreeze. Listen. I'm like, what are they posting today? So there is value in that. There is definitely value. So Dwight, I'm saying this specifically for you because you really take it serious.
No, I need to. We had an intern.
You need to.
A UB intern, when she was leaving, she said, you really need to get Morning Blend and Guardian Radio on TikTok.
Yeah.
I'm like,
Okay, we're going to save the seat for Dwight. We're going to sign him up right now.
TikTok. Come on. But anyway.
And here's the thing. If you're not interested, you just scroll on by.
That's it.
That's my thing.
You don't have to
if
stay.
that doesn't appeal to you, you just scroll on by.
Yeah.
There's more to social media than Twitter, Dwight.
And Facebook.
Wow, yeah. No, somebody else told me that how you can learn so much on TikTok.
Absolutely.
Right? Which many others use YouTube for that. But I guess, hey, whatever floats your boat, right? All right,
My recipe 2 Sundays ago came from TikTok.
Oh, yeah? Okay. Excellent.
Laverne
Excellent.
seems like she's a good user.
Yeah,
Now Laverne
Laverne.
needs to learn how to create her own TikTok as well.
Yeah, Laverne. So can she do that? She's in Grand Bahama. Can she do this online?
We will eventually be offering this as an online course. Yes,
Okay.
Laverne, so it will be available.
But absolutely, I'm interested.
Right now, we're pushing our face-to-face classes. We want to,
Okay.
But,
All right.
But Dwight, I would love to tell you about smartphone photography.
Yes, I was
if you
about to
allow
ask
me
you again, because everybody thinks they're pretty good at this. So what could you
Until
teach?
you see the pictures.
Oh,
Yes.
okay.
So again, this course is taught by a graduate of University of the Bahamas, a journalism program, media journalism. And in this particular course, this is a really fun course and a course that you can use to earn some money as well. So again, weeks of photography, but we're trying to show you that you don't need an expensive camera to take professional looking photos. So she's going to talk about composition. She's going to talk about lighting, all of the features of a regular camera, how you can access those on your smartphone. The course, what's great about this course is that it happens in multiple locations. So we have in-class courses, right? The course meets twice a week, 1 week in class, where you learn theory and you learn about things you can do, and then she takes the course into the streets. So on that Saturday, you'll meet at different locations, and you put into practice what you're taught. So you learn some smartphone photography, and at the end, she will show you what you can do with what you've taken with your pictures to earn income.
So are you providing phones for people?
No, we are not. I think every Bahamian has a phone.
Use your own phone.
So what if I have an iPhone 6 and everybody else in the class is a 12, 13, 14, 15?
It doesn't matter.
It
doesn't matter. No.
Doesn't
Features are kind of universal.
And I would suggest you come with a Samsung.
Also, she's going to teach you about a lot of apps that are available that you can use to really bring out your photographs and to.
Well, we're seeing a lot of the new phones. I mean, they can eliminate somebody in the picture. You can it will fix it for you. So, I mean, to those who are saying, well, my phone is going to make this picture better. I don't need this. What do you say to them?
you're going to need to know how to find those features, how to use the features.
Yeah.
Right? So going through the course, we're going to take you through the steps to ensure that you know how to use your phone's camera.
Because it can do a lot more than we
Precisely.
think.
Dwight, I was at a wedding, and there was the photographer taking photos, right? And there was somebody, I won't call names, who was taking the photos with her smartphone. Do you know those smartphone photos?
Oh, yeah. I've seen that many times.
She knew how to use that phone. So we just want to show people, if you have a phone, and everybody has a phone, right? What you can do with the camera features of your phone, and then how you can make money, you know, with the pictures.
So you're going to put the photographers out of business, those.
We are going to enhance, you know, their craft. Because they can come too, you know.
Right.
Really, we know that every day someone is taking a photo. So we just want you to ensure that you take a nice photo. We don't want a memory to be lost because you didn't know how to use your phone.
Okay.
And then you can actually take this photo, and for the small business owners, build their websites. They'll have nice photos for their websites or their social media sites.
Absolutely.
So this is a personal development course. And so this is for a fun course for anybody. And we want to offer fun courses because we want to let Bahamians know that you should always be learning. And learning doesn't always have to be serious.
Yeah.
Learning can be fun. But the minute you stop learning, you start to get dull. I mean, you know, and no, I don't know about you, but I don't like to be in the company of dull people.
No, we can't support that. All right, so we got some messages coming in. If you have any questions, give us a call. 323-6232, 325-4316, 325-4259. Toll free, 242-300-5720. Tweet us, Facebook us, text us, and soon TikTok us, I guess. Lotus Knowles and Tammy Morley Archer with us.
It's already at its max.
All right. So this person says, I don't think this is quite the way you all do things, right? Any teaching degrees? Teaching degrees for an over 50-year-old person in the field of English. You already...
A teaching degree.
Oh, they have to go UB proper.
Now that's UB. Yes, she'll go into a 4-degree bachelor's degree program
That
for
person's
education.
over 50 and then degree, offer teaching degree.
Yeah, I guess any certificates or anything that...
I can speak to that part of it.
Okay. Yeah. What do you say to them? Oh, you mean you'll get some more information?
No. I thought we were on commercial break.
No, not yet.
Obviously, I need some more coffee. That's right. So that person can take the bachelor's degree in education. If that person is a mature learner, hasn't been to school in a while, at Continuing Education and Lifelong Learning, we have a department called the Academic Enhancement Program.
Okay.
And in that area, that's a program that we offer for students who didn't really do that well in the BGCSEs and need some extra prepping, some preparation for college. And we also have a mature program for persons who have not been in school for a long time but want to go back. And so that program, that mature program, usually runs about a semester to a year maximum, if they pass the courses, and that prepares them then for entry into a college degree program.
Okay.
So the School of Education offers a few degrees, bachelor degrees in different subject areas, and then the general early childhood education and primary school education. And I would encourage her to contact the School of Education. She would want to email, should I give email information?
Sure, that's fine.
So Dr., I guess the Dean, I'll start with the Dean, Dr. Dean Thalia Micklewhite. Her email address is thalia.mcw, small Micklewhite.
I've seen it spelled 4 different ways.
Micklewhite.
But there's a listing on your website.
Yeah, Thalia, please forgive me. Please forgive me.
So just look for Thalia Micklewhite. But I think on the website there'll be a link to people's emails, right?
Micklewhite, MICKLEWHITE. That's HALIA.MICKLEWHITE at ub.edu.bs.
Okay.
Or they can call the general number 302-4300 and ask for the School of Education.
Okay.
And though my colleagues over there are so wonderful, they will get her sorted out right away.
Excellent. Let's take this call. Good morning, caller. You're on the air.
Morning again, but Dwight, you got to do the TikTok course.
Yeah. Sounds like it.
Yeah, man. And you know, that intern was right because you'd be surprised how you can maneuver around on TikTok. But that didn't know time what I'm going to talk about. Like during the course that you offer, two points I want to mention. Are you at the same time have like a job entry program in some field like that you look at, and persons are looking for candidates that you're training, and so you can migrate from your course into employment? That's the first question. And then the second question is, there is a particular job profession where only 1% succeed, so they're going to succeed, and that's Forex. That way you could learn it and stay at home and don't be bothered with the traffic, and you could travel anywhere in the world and work. Are you planning on offering a course that would set the world free? Like Forex?
Wow.
I think
I will take the question about preparing the student for the workplace. So at Continuing Education and Lifelong Learning, we do have a commitment to ensure that our students get into the workplace. We started in particular with a course that we're currently offering. It's a program, a career accelerator program for data analytics. So in that program, our students will learn the field of data analytics, and we will also, in conjunction with one of our business partners, our industry partners, prepare them for the workplace and assist them with getting jobs.
Okay.
Right? So we are moving along those lines, and that is our definite goal for our students as they matriculate through the programs at Continuing Education and Lifelong Learning.
Okay.
Also, we have courses that we offer. They may not be attached to a certificate program, but we encourage them to take. And one of them would be job readiness. We teach them to write excellent resumes and cover letters, introductory letters that introduce them to the prospective employer. We also offer in that class interviewing techniques, how to dress, business ethics, those sorts of things. So career readiness is also a part of very
courses. And to the second question, we are setting the world free, sir. We are setting the world free by upskilling, preparing for what may be coming, and being able to tool themselves with the knowledge to be able to carry on an entrepreneurship and provide for their families. Now, Forex, we haven't developed a course just yet, but be mindful because we are moving into the financial industry, and you'll see those courses being offered very shortly.
Yes, and we respond to industry needs. So as more people ask, then we will build a program. But Tammy's absolutely right. We're developing some very, very good courses and programs.
Okay, so this texter is asking, is there a listing of all the programs that you offer?
Yes, absolutely. So we do have flyers are going out all over. However, if you would like to visit our website, you can visit us at www.ub.edu.bs. It is a / and the word elevate. So CLearn Online is called Elevate. And once you go to that site, you will be able to visit our web catalog, and you can see all of the classes that we offer.
Can you say how many? Do you have a number? What is the number of courses that you offer? Is that do you know it off by?
We have 19 or 20 courses that we're offering currently face-to-face.
Yeah. Okay.
Yes.
All right.
And so be mindful. It's a myriad of courses. So we only talked about TikTok and smartphone photography,
right.
But
so I joked about it earlier about cake decorating and stuff, but those are still offered, right?
What cake decorating? We will be offering a cupcake decorating course very shortly.
Okay.
That's being developed, and what we love about that is not everybody will bake a big cake, but a lot of people make cupcakes, and we want that for young children, young ladies, guys too, and older people as well. And so that relaunching. We haven't run personal development courses for some time, and so we're building them as we go. Some of the things that we offered before, a lot of other places are offering those, and so there's room for everybody. And so we're trying to create and develop some new, interesting courses that our competitors are not offering.
Nice. This is what I asked you earlier. They're saying they have an old phone, several generations back, doesn't have up-to-date features. So will they be able to use that?
Now, we want to have something that is within the
This decade.
yes, some specs will be provided for you to be able to determine if your phone is suitable. But I know you have a mother, you have a daughter, you have a niece, someone that you can borrow a phone from and utilize for the class. But you want to have a phone that will meet the specifications of the course.
Dwight, I sense that you have a bubbler and you want to take this class.
No. I'm doing okay. I used to.
Bubblers won't work. Bubblers won't work. They won't work. But we want to tell people, like, if you're hearing what we're talking about and you're interested in signing up, you can go to our website, www.ub.edu. Word Elevate. Elevate is the software that we use for registration. Click on Elevate, and then you will see the list of courses that you can take. You can also call us 302-4339 or 302-4449. And any one of our associates in the office, they are all very knowledgeable and very helpful and very, fun like us. And they will help you to get into that course that you want to go to. Of course, there's UB's Facebook page and our Instagram pages that you can go to get information.
Okay, great. Some more text messages coming in. This person says here, I'm a legal assistant and looking for a program I can take. Would you have something for me? Note, I did not attend college. Everything I learned was on the job.
Wow.
Dwight C's had quite a few legal courses that we ran. They are being revised right now by a very, very good professional in the field. They're the content developers, not us. And those courses, you will see them starting to pop up in the spring semester. Right now, we're offering Justice of the Peace, and that's it's very popular. In demand.
Yes, in demand.
Of course, that we're running, and that's starting on Friday.
It's on Friday.
And that's being taught by Senior Magistrate Darren Roll Davis.
Wow.
Who will be teaching that course, and it's very intense.
Is that like lawyers? Do we need more of those?
Well, it's not a lawyer.
I mean, like how we don't need more lawyers. Do we need more JPs?
No, we find that the JP, the Justice of the Peace course, is required because persons are designated as JPs, but they may not have officially gotten training on how to be a JP. And so this aspect.
And there are lots of people who aspire to be a Justice of the Peace. And this course will give them the training that they need so that if they were successful in getting a position like that, they will know how to operate in Nassau and the Family Islands. And a lot of Justices of the Peace use the role just to stamp passport photos and that sort of thing. But they're going to learn so much more about what can be done and what they are allowed to do,
and how effective
as
the
a
position
Justice
is
of the
as a
Peace.
justice.
Yes.
So that one's already full for Friday?
That class is not full just yet, but we are almost there. You have until today.
Yeah,
today is the deadline,
right?
Thursday,
to register for Justice of the Peace that begins tomorrow at 6 p.m.
That course has a payment plan. So if you are looking at it and not sure and looking at the cost, call us, 302-4339, 302-4449, and we will tell you about the payment plan that's being offered for
and
that
how long
course.
is that?
10 weeks.
10 weeks.
Okay.
4 hours a week. It's Friday, 6 to 8, and Saturday, 10 to 12. Dwight, I see you have that look on your face.
That's interesting.
So you can do this, Dwight. You leave work and you go ahead and upskill.
Say that on the Right Straw JP.
That has a great ring to it. I'm loving it already.
I love the tone.
This person, I don't know. This person says, can you speak about physical education programs? Is that you have to?
Again, School of Education.
Yeah.
School of Education will offer that.
Yeah.
But Dwight, I want to share a program that we are offering, and I think I alluded to it, where we're working with industry partners. So in light of that, we have a partner. The partner is called Smarter Bahamas. So I wanted to share with you how we have partnered with a company. This company allows us to offer data analytics, a 4-month program of a boot camp style. Now, this course is offered from 9 to 4 in the day. So if you are working, you want to get your employees to sign off to say, yes, you can come, learn with us. And at the end of this course, you will be propelled in an industry, in a career in data analytics that's going to be, rewarding, profitable, and you will have a job. We want to guarantee you a job within 6 months.
Wow.
That's how sure we are of this program.
Okay, so you got to tell us some more about that. How do people sign up for it? When does that start?
So we have mass media going out right about now, because if you don't know, this is an organization that is backed by His Excellency Sebastian, and we have we're in registration now. So currently, if you can access smarterbahamas.com, and you will be able to click an apply now button. It's available there for you. There's a cost to this program. It's almost a 60% deduction at this point. You may find that you won't even pay $2,000 for this course. And so the scholarships are offered, and you will register. You have payment plan for this course, and it begins on October 10th.
Okay.
However, we would like for everyone to be registered a week prior. So I think that deadline is going to be whatever that date is, a week prior to October 10th.
So it's fast approaching.
That's fast approaching, but we want to encourage persons to sign up, apply. There is a registration process. Smarter Bahamas is taking care of that application process. It's a little bit rigid, so you will have to go through a little testing. And then once you are approved, you're accepted into the program, and you begin with us until you stay with us until February.
Okay.
Excellent. Tammy mentioned if you're working, the program also is geared towards persons who may not be employed, maybe graduated from high school, don't want the traditional 4-year route to success in a career, and maybe tech savvy. You know, we have a lot. If one thing COVID did was teach people how to become tech savvy.
Right.
That program is for those students as well. And there are some people, Dwight, who may just be intimidated about coming back to the classroom and learning. And we want to tell you that our professors are skilled. They meet you at your level. So you don't have to be afraid, Learning comes one step at a time. We have a lot of retired people, Dwight, since COVID, are at home, not really doing anything. And we want to get them involved and get them back in the classroom. So we have monthly sessions just to get their feet wet, get them into learning again. And we call it Let's Talk. Let's Talk.
Come talk, share, learn with us.
So we have someone who will speak.
Yes.
On a topic for a few minutes, and then they get to talk and discuss,
share, and
get engaged, right? And that's free of charge.
Excellent.
And that's on Friday.
And we don't only want to say just senior citizen. It really is geared towards senior citizens because they're available Fridays between, say, 10 and free session and seminar for all.
Excellent. Now, you mentioned it before. People recommended or asked or requested a course, so people can do that. Companies can do that. They feel like I need to get some extra training for my staff in this. So just come to you and say.
So we welcome our corporate partners.
Okay.
We get calls. You can just pick up the phone and call me. Of course, I'm tammy.archer@ub.edu.bs. And the numbers that Dean Lawless mentioned at 302-43339 or 4449. And you can just let us know what your needs are.
Yeah.
And we are in collaboration with you. We will assist you in building out your program and offering those programs.
How long does that take generally?
Depending on the course.
Yeah.
So it depends on the course that you're requesting and the speediness or the readiness that you can get the information back to us.
Because we put something together, we take it back to you, you look at it, you tweak it, we go back to the drawing board, and then we don't stop until we have exactly what it is you need. And Dwight, something I want to say. Oftentimes, employees sign up for training, right? And you send them somewhere and they do a course and they come back and then you look and you say, well, where's the application, right? But the beauty of C-Learn and what we do is we sit with you and we find out what are the skill gaps. What exactly is it that you need to do? And because the University of the Bahamas has employed hundreds of educated, well-trained individuals, qualified people, we have a large resource that we can pull from, a great pool of faculty that we can pull from to teach the courses. So and just about any area where there's a skill gap, we can provide.
So I was going to say, do you always have somebody who can teach these courses?
We use the person
from. You will find that person.
We'll find them.
Full-time, part-time, we use all of our faculty to teach our courses. And I just want to tell people that our location is through Moss Road. We're no longer through Moss Road.
Okay.
We are in the Culinary and Leisure Management building complex, and that's across from the Reef Restaurant.
Right. Okay.
That's where we're located.
Excellent.
And you can come by and see us. We invite our alumni. We want to hear from you as well. You've graduated, you have your degree. Why not come and upskill and get a certification in another area? That's the beauty of certifications too, Dwight. They don't have to be in the area that you did your bachelor's degree. You can learn so much. You can do a certificate course, or a certification program in an area that's completely different from your bachelor's degree.
Wow. Very exciting. Very exciting. I've got my UB shirt on. So
yes, we noticed. And we have to take a picture. Right? We have to take a photo.
Yes, right. You're looking good in the studio this morning, I must say.
Ladies, it's been a pleasure. Thank you so much, Lotus Knowles, Tammy Morley Archer. It's a great conversation. We need everybody to have this enthusiasm so early in the morning. We appreciate you, though. And keep us posted.
Thank you for having
us.
You
might see me. You might see me or somebody from here in the TikTok.
I think that we will see you, Dwight. Somehow I'm getting that vibe in that TikTok class.
Thank you again. Appreciate it and sharing the great information with C-Learn.
Thank you so much for having us.
Keep up the great work. All right, we're going to take a break and be back. This is Morning Blend Business on Guardian Radio 96.9.
Calling all junior and senior high school students, you could win a brand new iPad for the new school year. Enter the Plato Alpha Design Essay Competition. All you have to do is write a strong and convincing essay on the topic, what does going digital mean to you? For junior high students, your word limit is 1,000 words. For senior high students, your word limit is 1,500 words. To enter, email your essay along with your name, school, and grade level, as well as your parents' contact information to alpha@platoalpha.com by Friday, September 22nd. The winners will be announced on the winner for each category walks away with a brand new iPad. It's the Plato Alpha Design Essay Competition, powered by Guardian Radio 96.9 FM.
Earning zero interest on your savings at the bank? With as little as $100, you can start earning interest on your money while you're sleeping, eating, or standing in line at the bank with the CFAL Savings Express Plan. Ready to invest? Start by putting $1,000 into our mutual funds and earn interest there too. Because at CFAL, your interest is our interest. Visit CFAL.com to start now. CFAL, growing wealth for future generations of Bahamians.
Want to know more about divorce, personal injury, wills, company formation, conveyances, and mortgages? Then sign up for Halsbury Chambers' 16th annual free legal clinic. Saturday, September 23rd, 2023, Village Road North. Call 393-4551 to reserve your spot today. Space is limited. Lawyers available from 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. Consultations only. This is a community service event sponsored by Halsbury Chambers.
Doctors Hospital has reimagined primary care. We have invested to improve our health system, ensuring that accessible, affordable, world-class clinical care is closer to you. Your relationship with a primary care provider shapes the foundation of your overall health. Our new modern primary care facilities are where critical diagnoses and true personalized treatment begins. With locations across New Providence, Grand Bahama, and Exuma, we invite you to experience the Doctors Hospital difference. Book your next appointment at clinics.doctorshosp.com.
It's back to school season again. Send your kids off with everything they need, from books, uniforms, to school supplies, all with a Fidelity personal loan. Apply today for a chance to win amazing back-to-school prizes. Call 352-6676.
You've tried everything. ASUS, with your mother's cousin's sister's auntie, and even hiding your money under your mattress. But is your money safe? Your Bahamian dollar deposit in a member bank or credit union is insured up to $50,000. If anything happens, your deposit up to the insured value will be returned to you thanks to Deposit Insurance. Visit Deposit Insurance Corporation at www.dic.bf.
Protection for your money guaranteed with DIC.
Ready to save? You can put $100 into the CFAL Savings Express Plan and make sure your money keeps growing. Earn interest on your savings while you're sleeping, eating, or standing in line at the bank. Ready to invest?
Start by putting $1,000 into our mutual funds and earn interest there too. Because at CFAL, your interest is our interest. Visit CFAL.com to start now. CFAL, growing wealth for future generations of Bahamians.
The signs are clear. It's time to pay less for your current mortgage by switching to Scotiabank. Interest rates and no payments up to 2 months when you switch to Scotiabank today. Plus, we'll even pay your switch costs. It's that easy. Ready to switch to Scotiabank? Call us today at 242-356-1697 or visit bs.scotiabank.com to switch your mortgage to become mortgage-free faster.
This is Guardian Radio 96.9 FM. Fresh news, smart talk, all day.
It is time for your morning business report, brought to you by CFAL. Central Bank of the Bahamas quarterly economic review for June 2023 explained that during the second quarter of the year, the domestic economy continued on a positive growth trajectory. The report, which was released yesterday, explained that the growth indicators continue to point to the country's transition back to a pre-pandemic state. The Central Bank explained that foreign arrivals for tourism grew by 45.2% to 2.4 million during the second quarter, beating 2022's 1.7 million in a year-on-year comparison. More numbers in today's Guardian Business section. And the Bahamas will be making a return to STEP, the Society of Trust and Estate Practitioners Asia, after a big showing at STEP LATAM last week. Economic Affairs Minister Michael Akitas saying that the move is in line with the country's plans to expand financial services promotions efforts into the Asian market. Overseas, with a deadline looming just before midnight tonight, the United Auto Workers Union and Detroit's 3 automakers remain fireblocks, and the union is preparing to strike. The union is demanding a 36% boost in pay, and the automakers, General Motors, Ford, and Stellantis, formerly Fiat Chrysler, have countered with offers that are roughly half of that increase. The chasm between the two sides threatens to ignite the first simultaneous strike by the UAW against all 3 Detroit automakers in the union's 80-year history, a potential shock to an economy already under strain from elevated inflation and a test of U.S. President Joe Biden's treasured assertion that he's the most pro-union president in U.S. history. In an online address to members late Wednesday, Union President Shawn Fain said the automakers have raised initial wage offers but have rejected some of the union's other demands. In your Market Watch, recapping trading on the BISX from Wednesday, your market movers: Bahamas First Holdings moving 8,500 shares, closing at $215 unchanged. Fidelity Bank moving $550 unchanged at $17.75. Consolidated Water up 1 cent to close at $6.07, and Emira Incorporated up 4 cents, closing at $9.12. The BISX All Share Index closing at 2,711.28 unchanged. That's your Market Watch. And that is your morning business report, brought to you by CFAL, growing wealth for future generations. And that is going to do it for us today. Laverne Gardner, thank you. Thank you so much for being with us. Always appreciate it.
It's a pleasure. Thank you for having me.
And we'll talk again next week. And I'll be back tomorrow morning with more Morning Blend and Morning Blend Business right here on Guardian Radio 96.9. Dwight Strawn, have a great day, everybody. Stay tuned for On the Clock with Aaron Green next.